All right. Okay, it's starting. Yes, True20 tonight because we're playing in that setting RPGS. And tonight, the kingdom that is presented in here is Kokra. Um, and as I said, we're trying to do it with True20. So we have three players around the table. So we'll present our character to the people who are watching. Uh, Chris, what is your character?
He's yeah, named Illuin. He's uh, he's got a shaved head and usual elvish features, and his face never really changes in expression. Just he's kind of a weird guy.
Okay, just tell me what he's doing in life.
um, he's kind of a traveling mercenary,
Okay,
something like that. Yeah.
okay. Just to tell you, you sound a bit choppy.
Do you need to shut down and put it back up?
Well, maybe you could try, yeah. All the while,
Okay.
I'll make the presentation for Justin. What character do you have?
Hello there. So yes, I'm Justin, and I'll be playing Thorgrim tonight. And Thorgrim is a stout soldier-type dwarf. He's well versed in sword and shield, and he's fairly wise and well traveled. He's probably partway, maybe halfway through his long dwarven life, and he's ready for more adventure.
All right. Yes, and Tim, what character are you playing?
I am playing Elena the Swift. She's never had a last name because she never knew her parents. She's lived in the slums and the streets her whole entire life, and she's just been known as Elena. She's a human, she's an expert, and she can do the things that she can do, and she can con you about the things that she can't.
Right. Okay, Chris, you're back.
Yep.
It sounds better. All right. So to put you in context, I've wrote to you about it, but we're in the Kokra kingdom. Kokra is a kingdom that the main culture is about warfare. This kingdom is ruled by the Obsidian couple, which is a couple that their skin is turning gradually to stone. It has a link with what is happening in Anoran, which is another kingdom. And right now, the couple is absent for a while. And within the kingdom, there are some chaos going around. Part of this chaos is because of the Ragings, which are a band of mercenaries that usually works for the Obsidian couple, but since they're not there, there's fight between themselves to get part of the power of that kingdom. Right now, you're a part of one of the Raging's clan. You have been hired and you are under the command of Todagog, which is an orc. It's Todagog the Merciless. And he's right now, your band of mercenaries and all its army are camped in the front of a mountain, which is the mountain of the clan Girnuik. Girnuik, the trader, which is a dwarf. It's a dwarfen. It's a mountain where those dwarves are hiding themselves, and it's some kind. You're doing some kind of a siege with your army. It's been going around since a couple of weeks, and it's very hard to get into that mountain to get the dwarves out. What do they have is that they have a solution for the Obsidian couple and their strange stone skin. I'm searching the word. Illness, okay, which And Todagod wants to get that secret to give it to the Obsidian couple because he knows that they're going to be back someday, and yeah, he wants to be, he wants to become their favorite. Okay. So you're in front of that mountain, the Girnuik Clan mountain, and you want to enter there. But today, how it begins for you. You are called at the tent of Todagog himself. He never really talked to you before, but Todagog wants to see you today. Well, unless you want to run away.
No, Thugagug is a good client. He's good for money, so Elena definitely wants to see him.
All right.
And Thorgrim would not shy away from the chance to meet this great warrior.
All right.
I shrug. Yeah, I'll see him.
Yeah. Well, you are escorted by some of his closest guards, and usually you have someone with you because you are as part of a special unit in infiltration and all that, and well, usually you have someone else with you, which is Tellus Mundus, is some kind of the leader of your small group, and he's your human, kind of a jack of all trades. But today he's not there. In fact, he's been you haven't seen him since 1 or 2 days. You're not sure. So you enter. You go through the tents, all the tents from the siege, and you enter the biggest tent of the camp, which is the one from Todagog. And when you enter, you see him, and he's completely enraged. You see him. He's not looking at you. You see his back, and he's screaming some stuff in orcs. He's hitting the stuff on the table, bottles and piece of meat going everywhere. Rah! He's really enraged, and when he hears you enter, he turns to you and say, "You all are traitors." And he's really angry. He's approaching you, and some saliva coming from his mouth. So much he is. So big is his rat, and he's looking. Huh? You are traitors, aren't you?
No.
Traitors, honey, we just met.
I would never turn on the great Todagog. I know what happens to the like.
Yeah? Well, let me tell you, your friend Tellus Mundus is a traitor, and his friends are all traitors in my mind, You know what? I will put his head on a pike if I find him, and I will put yours too, just to show all the clan of all my army, to show what happens to traitors like you.
In truth, I was hoping I might see Tellus Mundus somewhere here today, but yes, he's been gone for some time.
Yeah, and you don't know where? And he's looking at you. He's going near you.
And as if he gets real close, then I would meet his gaze. But
yeah,
and I would, or Thorgrim would say, I was hoping desperately that he might actually be here and that you would know where he is, head on a pike or not.
No, I don't know, but I had the idea, since it's your friend, I might be maybe a little in a good mood today, and I giving you maybe a chance to show your loyalty towards me. So you will have to find Tellus Mundus and bring it to me. He has stolen me something very precious, a key, and you have to find him.
A key? Yeah? What kind of key?
The key to enter this mountain, and he's pointing on inside the tent, but you can guess that he's pointing towards the mountain. if you would see it outside.
Well, if he stole the key to the mountain, have you looked in the mountain?
We can't enter the mountain. If we get close, those dwarves, those traitors in the mountains will attack us. You know how it goes. Yeah, you're not on the front line. Yeah, you're the one who are hiding in the back, always. But when we get close, those dwarves are throwing us all the rocks that they have.
Todagog, I believe you have contacted the right 3 men. I think we can get into this mountain.
You can get into this mountain. You need the key, and Talismandis had this. Okay? Let me tell you something. Ha! Just to see how loyal you are, you won't be alone. And he's clapping his hand, making a gesture, and you see someone entering the tent. A big orc, a female orc with a big axe in her hand. You know her. She's kind of the right arm of Todagog. She's called Bugdurash. And she hates you. You already know that. She hates Talismandis. And Bugdurash will be accompanied by 2 of my men. They will look upon you. So if you fail me, I will show how I treat traitors. Huh? My dogs will eat your guts while you're suffering, and after that I will put your head on a pike.
And Thorgrim understands that these are more or less strong-arm babysitters, but he's going to try and take it in stride, and he'll sugar it with Todagog, you do us great service sending us these incredible warriors to aid us.
You see Bugdurash, the female orc, looking at you. Calm down, Bugdurash. We need them alive for some times. So, find me Talismandis and the key. And you know what? If you flee away, the reward I will put on your head will be so high that anyone from any continent will come here to search for you. Just beware. And he's going away.
And I'll turn to Bugdurash.
Yeah.
And I'll ask her if are your men ready to travel, or do you need more time?
We are ready.
And what of you, my companions? And I turn to my 2 friends.
Well, I came here ready. I didn't relax since I've been here, so I would just as soon leave this place.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I got my spear, I got my sandals, that's all one needs.
Yeah. Okay, maybe just to give you an hint of what's going on, let's go back 1 week earlier. So it's written down the screen 1 week earlier.
Looks like waves washing over the screen.
Yeah, like in the 60s. Okay, you're at your camp, which it's in the siege of the Mount Gurnik, and you're sitting around a fire. Talismandis is there. Yeah. So well, there's an orc with you, but he's kind of a friendly one. You know, he's trying to tell orcish jokes and he's trying to make you laugh, but he's not very good at that. So I crushed his head. He's lost in his laughter. And then Talismandis is even not listening to the orc. You have the feeling that since a day or two he's kind of absent. You know, he's lost in his thoughts, but he's lost in his thoughts. But in his eyes, you can feel happiness in him. And at some point, after the silly joke, he just raise and go away. But you see something falling down Well, no, he has left something at this place, and it's some kind of a strange object. You see, it feels like a tissue, maybe that big, which has a strange color to it.
I go closer and take a good look at it.
Well, you can feel that it's made of a. Do we have a skill and knowledge with? Make an intelligence check.
I have knowledge supernatural. Will that help?
Well, if you're looking with it with the eyes that it might be strange, let's try it. So you have you have a result with that.
While that was going on, Thorgrim found that he could make this orc funnier the more cups he got into his ale. So that's what he had been doing up until this point, trying to help the orc and his humor.
Yeah.
13 intelligence.
What is your total? You get 13? Okay, Chris will come back. Okay. All the while, Tellus Mundus is waving at you, Elena, Tim. Come over here.
I slyly, kind of slowly look around to make sure that there's no one standing behind me following me, and then I walk towards him and sit next to him.
He's looking at the stars and he said, "How old are you, Elena?"
How old am I? I'm not exactly sure. I'm guessing I'm 27, 28. I wasn't there when I was born.
Oh yeah, you're not a full elf. Yeah. Well, just saying, if you had a longer life, I would have asked you if you knew something about being happy.
Why does everyone always assume I'm an elf?
Yeah, well, because I don't know you that much. Well, I know you for some adventure we had together, but well, you know, with all the chaos going around and all the dangers we're putting himself into under Todagog, I think I found something that is changing my life, Elena. And yeah, I just wanted some elvish advice, if you had some.
Well, I can pretend like I have some elvish advice. You tell me, and I will do my best to come up with some. I've drank with a number of elves before in the past.
Well, oh, you know, I've met lots of good girls in my life. Well, yeah.
Oh, did you find that special someone?
Never mind, Elena. I'm going to go to sleep, and well, all the while, just to because I have the result from Chris. Yeah, well, supernatural. You look at it, it doesn't have any supernatural properties, but you know about that is the color of a strange bird living on a volcano mountain, not that far from here, maybe 2 mountains from here. Okay. And that bird is called a windy howler, which is some kind of a hole, but yeah, it's there. And why the supernatural knowledge? It's because it has been used in components for some spellcasters, but you don't know what. But by touching it, you feel that it's very light. You know, it's soft and it's very light. That's the tissue. And while Tellus has finished the last sentence with Elena, he's looking at at your character, Chris. What is his name?
Elwin.
Elwin. Oh, Elwin. Yeah. You found that? Yeah. May I have it? May I have it back, please?
I walk it over to him.
Hey, thanks, my friend. You know what? And he's looking at you, and Iver Torgrim, you are the best. You know, if it wasn't for you, I would have gone away from Todagog a long time ago.
Oh, well, thank you, friend. And it is almost certainly you three that have kept me here as well.
As long as the coins are rolling, I'll stay.
Oh yeah, well, Todagog is quite rich. We have, well, we have sided with the most powerful of the Ragings. Yeah, but don't worry, my friend. If anything happens, just tell me. I just want to tell you that you are my brothers and sisters, and wherever I will be in my life, you will always be welcome. Okay. So a good night, everyone.
I smile and nod warmly.
That sounds awfully fatalistic of you, but I guess the sentiment is appreciated.
Don't worry, everything is very fine. And while he's going into his stand, he's holding his tissue and he's kind of playing with it, you know, throwing it in the air and catching it again, and he's laughing at what he's doing. All the while, you have the orc beside the fire. I have another one for you. And that's pretty much how the 1 week earlier ends.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to do something 1 week earlier, you are free to do that. Except dying.
That would not make any sense.
No, you had the script immunity for that scene. Well, unless you well, all the while, well, let me tell you, during the week, Tellus Mundus was there up to a point where he wasn't there. Maybe he told you that he had something to check out, but never came back from that. If he did. The last time you saw him was probably that. So let's get back 1 week later. You are maybe just outside of the tent of Todagog with Book the Rush breathing on your neck just behind you, and with the two other orcs with their spear ready to anything. So they're waiting for you to lead them to Tellus Mundus.
Well,
Do we know the way?
Depends what is the way.
Tellus Mundus is the human, right?
Tellus Mundus?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a human, yeah.
Yeah, okay, he's that guy. So, does anyone here know how to track? Maybe we can find some old
Well,
tracks.
I can search, but that's not quite tracking. Perhaps we can just talk around with some people in the camp and try to figure out if they have some idea if they've seen him leaving or not.
Perhaps might we recognize one of the two orcs with Bugadarush as the joking orc from a week ago?
No, it's
Okay.
not the one. But you know in what camp he was your neighboring kind of a unit. You know, you had the Tellus Mundus unit, and the unit just sleeping beside you was the Dead Rat unit.
What do speaking to his two companions, Thorgrim asks, what do you fellows think about tracking down that humorous orc? Do you think possibly he saw something that we didn't on our last parlance with Telemundus?
That bum is always drunk, but you never know. He might be hiding something.
And so Tellus Mundus, he was talking to you, Elena, about something. I couldn't hear, but I was busy with my drink.
I don't even know what he was talking about.
I
He
must
said
say,
he wanted to have some elven advice. I told him I'm not an elf, but I've talked to elves before, and I can try to pretend like I'm one. Then he started talking about. It sounded like to me like he found a special someone. Then he had that handkerchief that he was just playing with. He looked like he was a lovesick puppy to me.
and I'm going to step over close to Bugadarash and ask her, what do you know of windy howlers? These strange birds, from near this region.
The only birds I know is the one I'm chasing and I'm eating raw.
Would they happen to be these howlers?
I don't know what are howlers.
These things come from an island.
Well, the explanation you have is that it's not an island, but there's a mountain with a volcano. You know, you have the unique mountain. You have another mountain that you don't know the name, and they come from that volcano mountain. But that volcano mountain has something special. You all know about it. There's a floating city upside on, that is called Eschenlund. I don't know. I will write it, and you will spell it to me because I can. That setting was written by someone speaking French. Eschenlund.
Oh,
Eschenlund. Yeah, looks like Eschenlund.
Okay. So yeah, Eschenlund is a fabled city. You know that is a city floating. Up that volcano. And usually it's a city that there's mage and sage people living there. It's a very big city, and the one who are living there are said to have a higher spirit.
So Thorgrim's going to state to his two companions that even though he didn't, that Thorgrim did not hear what Telemundus was saying, and it sounds like Elena wasn't even sure that Telemundus knew what he was saying. Thorgrim did notice it looked like his head was in the clouds while he was speaking, and he will make a note that he's never seen a grown man look so happy as Telemundus when he was playing like a kitten with the tissue, or this fragment of a windy howler. So I believe we should probably consider trekking to this mountain. That's at least two mountains over.
The worst thing that could happen is we could push these two in the volcano.
Yeah. You say that she didn't hear it, but you can see her by the corner of your eyes, staring at you, not blinking.
Maybe we could just spend a little bit of time asking around camp, see if anyone saw anything. Yeah. Even if it's from last week, even if they just saw something unusual with Telly.
So possibly we could go back to where our tent is, because it's very likely we'd find that orc, and maybe even he would remember some other people who might have been talking to Telemundus that night.
All right. So you're going back to your tent?
If you guys want to, or I'm cool with riding out.
All right. Well, you go around the camp, and everyone is looking at you because you are escorted by the feared Bugdarash. And when you arrive at your tents, you saw that all your tents are kind of destroyed. They have been sacked and all your stuff put all over, like if everyone knew that the Todagog was not loving you anymore, and everyone thought that they had to do that. Yeah.
My tent was just like just a tent. It didn't have anything else in it besides, like a couple of blankets for a bed.
Well, if you want your tent back, you have to know how to sew. Okay. Oh. Because it has been ripped apart, and you see some orcs. Well, there's an orc that was there when you arrived, and he saw you arrive and just got away, you know, running. But he had nothing in his hand. But yeah, you saw and yeah, well, you see the dead rat small camp just beside, and you see your laughing friend there sitting by a small a small fire, trying to cook something, a piece of meat. You don't know what animal is from.
I'll take a few scraps of wood from my destroyed tent, and I'll put them in his fire to help him cook a little. And I'll sit down and just say hello to him.
He's turning his back to you. I think I should not talk to you. And you see the shadow of Book the Rat going over both of you.
Guess what? You just did talk to us.
Thorgrim's not going to press the man. He's just going to stand up from the fire and suggest that maybe it might be best if we start trekking to this mountain.
Yeah, the smell of fear on these guys is overpowering.
They do seem to be heavily affected by our little entourage, don't they?
Oh. Well, the guy, you know, the laughing guy, Book the Rash at some point looks around, looks at Elwyn and Elena, and while he doesn't have his attention to you, Thorgrim is turning around you and he says, What's going on? What the great Todagod told you?
We need to prove that our worth to him again, and this is obviously no surprise. But we need to find Telemundus, and we wish to help him as we would wish to help you too, my funny friend.
I know. Well, tell us. Well, yeah, we haven't saw him in a couple of days, didn't we?
Yes, I believe it was almost a week ago. We were all passing the horns of ale around, and I recall you were quite funny that night.
Well, I saw him go. Yeah. He's looking at Book the Rash to see if Book the Rash is looking at you. I saw him go that direction. Yeah, he had some kind of a bag with something heavy in it, and he saw me by the corner of his eyes, and he waved. Hi.
Did it look like he was leaving camp?
Well, it was in the middle of the night. I was taking some kind of a small piss over there, and yeah, he just got by me. He tried to be sneaky, but I saw him. But yeah,
was his final departure on foot, or might he have had a horse?
I don't know. I saw him go on foot.
And in the direction that he went, is that in the direction of the volcano?
Yeah, he's pointing towards somewhere, and you see in how far away the shadow of that volcano. You see it a little, with the shadow of the floating city, hidden a little in the clouds. Yeah, well, he was walking that way. He's not pointing exactly the mountain, but the general direction he's waving at you might be, you know, the mountain might be that angle.
So Thorgrim has 8 silver in his coin pouch. He's going to quickly take 4 pieces out and just take the funny orc's hand and press it into his hand and say, "Oh, thank you, brother." But one more question: could you tell me anything you know about windy howlers?
With the howlers? I only heard that in a city song about a stew.
Excellent. That's what I've been hearing, is that they're more. Some people like to eat them, and some people like to turn them into spells.
Maybe, but I hope he's talking a little louder. I have helped you, and he's looking at Book the Rush. I'm helping you, my friend, to in your. And
in an over-exaggerated voice, "Oh, you helped us so very much."
Book the rush saying nothing and looking at you. Okay. She's kind of someone, if we compare to our own lives, is kind of someone who is ready to run in the Olympic Games, you know, the big 2,000 meters. She's kind of ready all the time.
Too much caffeine.
Yeah, too much stuff. We don't want her to know that she had, because she lose her medal. But yeah, okay. Well, and then your friend, laughing old friend, yeah, I think it's ready, and he's going away with this piece of meat that you have identified like a frog. He has fried himself a frog over a stick.
I haven't had frog in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, he's offering frog?
No, it's just
Oh.
I've seen the frog, and I'm like, oh, haven't had that in a while. Then I turn around and look at Booger Rash, and like,
Now what? Now what?
well, we got a direction to go. Let's go.
We are ready. So,
I just kind of look at her like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, how long will it take you to get ready?
she doesn't seem to understand. She's looking at you, no emotion in her eyes except she seems angry all the time.
Maybe Bugadaresh would go get our some horses for us, and we'll wait here for her.
Horses? No, you get horses. I follow.
Let's all go get horses together.
Excellent.
Well, okay, yeah. What were you about to say?
Yes, Thorgrim would go to some stables or wherever he might be able to get a horse.
Okay, horses are not that common in the camp, but there's a stable with some horses in there. Yeah, so, okay, well, you get to the stable. The stable is tended by a dwarf. His name is Tarak. Tarak the dwarf. Yeah, he's a horse tender, and when he sees you arrive, Tarak is not a very pleasant one either. So when you arrive, you see him look at you. You see that Tarak had some kind of a bad wound in his past. You know, he's losing some hair and has a big scar here. One of his eyes is looking, you know, that way all the time. What do you want?
Tarak, my shield brother. We need horses and we have gold.
Want horses? And he's looking at Book the Rush. Okay, you want horses to go. And Book the Rush, she said, it's an order from Todagog. He's looking at you. So Todagog is sending you to take the horses.
Yeah, we need to find Telly as quick as we can. The best way to doing that is with horses, buddy.
Find him. You know that he still owes me 121 gold pieces.
Okay, so can we have horses?
Okay.
I can make a small payment on what is owed.
I'm going to roll diplomacy and say, regardless, he cannot pay you if he is not here, so it would be best if we find him if he owes you that money.
And do you even have a horse that could hold this one? And I point at Bugadaresh.
Bugadaresh can ride a horse. Okay, yeah, well, there's a system.
17 altogether.
17?
Yeah.
Well, I think you can. Well, I don't have the table, but I know that there's a kind of a how
Yeah.
friendly you are, table that you. But I think it's high enough. He's looking at you. Well, you are right. I can under the well. Okay, but choose the horse you want, and yeah, they can take some of the horses. Well, book the rash. Other horse already. It's kind of a war horse with an armor, but that's the only one. Well, no, yeah, Todagog has some kind of a horse too, and which has the same kind of armor with pikes on it, you know.
It's all saddled up and ready with its armor on.
The book the rash one, yeah. The horses that you will take are standard war horses, but not the best you can find.
That's fine.
I just find the one with the most even temperament that
It's odd that his horse is all armored up and ready to go. I wonder where he's going.
Thorgrim would like the oldest horse he has.
Well, you have Tarak saying, "Oh, I received an order this morning." Maybe he thought that he would use them today to make an attack on that traitor Kiernick. He's a traitor to our race, to ours. That's a pity.
I didn't hear the cavalry was going to be in that attack. I think it's pikes.
Oh, I think it was just to encourage the troops to be on this horse with Book the Rash, but I don't know. But take their horse and bring me back to Mundus that I kick his ass, even if his ass is too high for me. But I will take it. I will run to kick it to have my gold back. Yeah.
And so Thorgrim will go. He'll leave his last 4 of his silver pieces just on the counter, not giving it directly to the man, to the dwarf, and he'll go pick out a horse and just hop up on it, and he's ready to go.
Well, you all have decent horses, and Book the Rush is on her horse. She has on the saddle something to put her axe in, that is well made, with some gold on it, gold drawings on it, and yeah. All right. Now you are on horses.
So I believe we should maybe go to where our funny laughing friend pointed out Tellus Mundus's final sighting, where he took off from camp.
Yeah, makes sense. So we could head off towards that mountain. I mean, he did have a feather, one of those birds, didn't he? Isn't that what he had?
Or a tissue or something made from them, something akin to them.
Right. So you're going that way?
Yes, I believe so. So we'd be on the edge of camp and maybe looking for a trail or a footpath.
Well, yeah, there are roads that are going to this region, so it's very easy to follow, basically, unless you want to try another path.
And would we maybe be fairly sure that this is probably going to be the path you would take to go to the mountain?
Echelon, yeah.
Yeah, Echelon. Yeah.
Well, Echelon with the volcano. Well, if someone, that's the most obvious path. You don't know if he went over there by a road that is that lots of people take to travel or not.
So Thorgrim would pipe up that he thinks this is probably a good course of travel, but maybe we should keep our eyes peeled and not go in haste. Try to find more clues or anything we can get our hands on.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out. And as we're going along, I'm just going to keep searching the sides of the road, see if I can see footprints, see if I can see any way that he got off the trail, off the road.
Yeah. Okay. As you depart from the camp, your you're going to the end of the last tents, there's some kind of an alert, you know, a big horn sounding, and that signal you recognize is that the camp is under attack. And what you see is that from the Girnik mountain, some rocks big as a boss, you know, are going from the mountain and going towards the camp. Somehow the dwarves has put out some catapults, and lots of those rocks are going, you know, crushing tents. And you know there's some kind of a there's some kind of a chaos going around. The orcs are all over the place. Some orders are given, and well, your horses are beginning to be nervous. What are you doing?
Riding away from camp quickly.
All right. Well, there are maybe one or two rocks that are falling not far from where you are and are rolling over your way. So I will need you to make a reflex check. Okay. And if you have something with horses that is better than your reflex check, you can use it instead. You add 20.
Yeah.
Just want to see the number. 20. Okay.
15.
But I don't have anything with horses though, or riding.
I rolled a 14 and I have a +5 dodge.
All right. So tell me. Okay, there's a big rock that would have fall on your way. So you may describe me how you just got out of the way, and I'll see how Book the Rush is doing.
Thorgrim's horse, if he dodged one, he just did the picturesque. It wheeled up on its back legs, and he held his shield up high, and then just came down with it, and it looked like a picture.
Yeah, perfect. The people loves that. And and yeah, okay. Book the Rush, how she's doing? Okay. Well, yeah, she kind of. There's a rock that rolled over her, and she just got around it. Let's see what are the two friends, the two red shirts following her are doing. Okay, so the two other ones try to follow Book the Rush, but they are their horses are quite confused, and they go on the other way. And the rock that she has dodged has rolled over them, and the horses. You see, one of the orc, got down from his horses. His horses got away, and he's under the rock. The other one is, his horse is half crushed by the rock, and he himself has one leg under the rock. And but you see that there's another rock coming on your way. So yeah, you're getting away.
Yeah, definitely. Thorgrim would look away from the crushed orc and his horse. Not so much from the orc because he's used to battle, but he has a kinship with animals, and he'll spur his horse on to get to safety with his friends, if possible.
Yeah, I'm definitely spurring my horse on.
Okay, just to know if you're really out of danger, let's begin with Chris. Even or odd, I will roll.
Even.
All right. Justin with Thorgrim, even or odd? Just your mic. I didn't hear you.
Sorry about that. Odd, please.
Odd. All right, and Elena.
I'm always odd.
Well, and Book the Rush, even. Okay. Let's go even with Book the Rush since she's not in your camp. Okay. Perfect. So yeah, you can feel, even if you're on your horse, that the ground is shaking by all those rocks. And while you're getting away from the camp, you can hear screams and rock falling. And if you take a look once in a while, you see that lots of rock are coming from the Girnik mountain. But Todagog is on his horses, and he's able to get his troops away. And he's a good commander. Maybe some horse has died, but you know that he will get out of this one and find a way to get himself elsewhere. but you are safe in the end. All right, so you're going towards the volcano mountain.
Yeah, towards Echelon.
Yeah. Well, it has rained the last 2 days, 3 days, yeah, and the soil is still muddy. So yeah, if you want to look for tracks, it's quite easy. The problem is there's a lots of them because
Oh.
because in the way there's a village that is that is a village that provides supplies for the army. It's a village that that provides the meat, well, especially meat, and yeah, it's a village under the there's a name for that army, but the Oxygen Couple Army, which is called the Oxygen Army simply. But since Todagog, the Ragings are under the Oxygen Army in a sense, even though the Chaos, this was the village that was providing you with meat. So yeah, there's a lots of circulation between the two places.
How far off is this town from the camp?
Well, on horse, well, by the time it is now, you will get that there by the evening, and yeah, you will be halfway to the mountain with Eshenrud.
Thorgrim will pipe up. I know I was saying that we should maybe keep our eyes peeled for any sign of Telemundus, but with this attack going on, it might be best to make haste for now.
We could possibly stop in this town and ask him, see if he stopped by through here. It didn't sound like he was rushing off, by the way that weird orc said. He could have just been casually strolling off and stopped in this town.
Definitely. I agree.
Perhaps I will lean in close to the two of them. Perhaps we should split up and one of us just babysits this ugly orc.
She's getting closer to you as she see you. She's trying to hear with her.
And I'll say to Bugadash, are you coming with us to the town of the meat? Are you hungry? I am.
I am always hungry.
Excellent.
Okay. So, well, it's all the way. Well, they are. Well, okay. Yeah, there are some people. You come across some people and ask you about the camp. That they heard some strange sound from afar. They ask you what happened. You see they are humans going with a cart on their foot with the supplies on it, and what happened at the Todagog camp?
If they're traveling towards Todagog camp, I would. There's much chaos going on that way. I would not recommend for your safety that you go.
And the dwarves in the mountains sent a present.
A fiery present of rocks raining from the sky.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we should wait for orders then, and they turning around. But yeah, they don't really, unless you want to talk with them. Furthermore, they don't. They talk with each other and trying to figure out what to do with what
they're on
duty.
Foot, like in pushing a cart.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a cart they're pushing on wheels, and that you maybe saw those faces before, but yeah, these are just peasants working for the Oxygen Couple, yeah, in the supply, but you don't know them. Yeah. Well, the village.
What do you guys think? Do you think we should escort these guys to the village with us, or just trek on ahead?
Nah, I couldn't care less what happens to them.
Very well. I don't think Bugadash would be very pleasant around them either.
Nah, I just want to question some of these yokels, see if they've seen Telly.
Very well.
Okay. Well, nothing very special happens. The sun is setting out, going behind the famous volcano while he's going out, And yeah, you happen to you arrive at the village, which is well, the village actually is guarded by official Obsidian Army soldiers, and you see that there's a lots of cattle in. You know, when they're inside a fence, what do you call that in a farm?
Pen, like penned up.
Yeah, pen. Yeah, in French we call that an enclos.
An enclos?
Enclos.
Enclos.
Enclos, yeah. Yeah, there's lots of cattle, lots of sheep and pigs, and well, lots of chicken too. And while some stuff are growing, you know, some raw type of vegetation that are easy to grow in such a, you know, the land torn by war. And yeah, there's lots of people working there. Many humans, some orcs, some dwarves, but it's mostly a human place. In that village, you know, because maybe you got there once or twice, there's some kind of an inn, which is more a big shelter on the, you know, on some, I don't know how to say it, but it's just a big shelter with
Kinda
a
like
place.
Like
Yeah.
a bunkhouse?
Yeah, like a
Or a
bunk
log
house. Yeah, well, yeah, some kind of a long house, yeah. And yeah, it's called the raw guts from the sheep.
That's the name of the place?
Yeah, it's
This is
been
your
it's,
kind of place, isn't it, Bugadash?
How much do you want to bet that that's what's on the dinner plate?
And I'll hop off my horse, and I'll offer to take everybody's horses and either hitch them up or take them to wherever it looks like the horses go by this longhouse.
As soon as they get off the horse, I just give the two of you a knowing glance, and I just start heading off in a different direction.
and Bugdarash is looking around, trying to choose to where with whom. And she looks at you, Elena. Remember what Todagal told you. If you go away, I will chase you down and get the reward. And
I just
yes,
slightly glance backwards and just like wave with my hands real slightly, casually.
okay. So Torgrim and Aelwyn, what are you doing? Bugdarash is staying with you.
Well, yeah, if she doesn't want me to take her horse, Bugadarush, I'll just continue on, because I was sort of thinking of going into this longhouse, this inn.
Okay, well, I'll let you take my horse, and then I'll
Okay.
just kind of fade away from the party and start, you know, talking amongst the people, asking around about Telly. I rolled a natural 18 for my roll, and can I use a diplomacy? Oh, gather information. Okay.
Okay, well,
I got +5 with gathering information, so I'm mostly doing it by mingling. So would I need a diplomacy roll as well?
all right. So okay. Since you are going in all different direction, I will begin. I will come back to you, Chris. I will begin with Justin with Torgrim. So Bugdarash is staying with you.
Okay, excellent. And if she wants to give me her horse, I'll take it, but she could just take her own and follow me. I'm gonna look, is there like a hitching post, or is there sort of a horse enclosure nearby?
That's more a itching post.
Okay,
And
so
no,
yeah,
she takes her horse herself.
I'll tie the two horses, because I have one of my party members, and yeah, I'll tie them up in front, and I'll say to Bugadash, come on inside with me, and let's get something to drink and see what see if there's any information in here.
Yeah. You see the sign of the raw guts of the sheep is some kind of a well, you know, it's a real sheep that has been kind of dried up. Kind of what taxidermists are doing.
Oh.
Like tanning?
Yeah,
Tanners?
yeah. It's kind of hanging over there with the eye sewed up, you know, with no eyes anymore, and that's the sign of the inn. You know that it's a whore who is running that place.
Perfect.
And well, you enter the place. And yeah, there's a big fire in the center with lots of meat cooking over it. Some kind of potatoes or some kind of roots put all around the fire, and you see that big orc with a dirty apron looking at his meat. And there's maybe two tables with some patrons on it, and they are eating their meat. You know, there's a table with mostly orcs, and the other one, three dwarves together.
And does any one of those people look like they're the patron or the person who runs this place?
Yeah, well, the guy with the apron is obviously the one. Yeah.
So I'll walk up to him and I'll ask, is it if we buy a meal, are we allowed to like pass out in here tonight, or how does it work?
Oh yeah, well, you ask him directly. You ask if you knew.
Yeah, I'm just walking up to him and I say, so my party just rode in, and there's a few more of us around town, and I'd like to pay for our meals, and yeah, is it all right to leave our horses hitched up overnight if we do spend the night?
No problems. Just give me 2 silvers. You have a plate, and you have some place to sleep over there. And it's kind of an open place to sleep. You don't have closed rooms.
And so I'll drop one of my gold pieces down and say it's for me and my 3 other friends for tonight.
Three other friends.
This orc, and then I go to pat Burgaderesh on the shoulder, but I realize not to at the last second.
Well, she doesn't even move, but she looks at the guy, and the guy looks at Burgaderesh. He sees that she has some kind of a medallion over her, the sign of Todagog, and he's saying, well, she doesn't have to pay, but you have.
Excellent. And I will tell him to keep the change, though, on that gold piece.
Just looking at you. All right. Take a seat. We have the only thing I have to drink, though, is not beer, is some kind of a strong alcohol made out of beetroots.
Challenge accepted. And so Thorgrim will sit down, he'll eat, and he'll drink this beet juice, and he's good for a little while with Burgaderesh.
Burgaderesh is standing beside your table, saying nothing. Well, but once in a while, she takes something from her plate and she kind of wolfs it in your face.
And if her cup's just sitting on the table, I'll cheers it and say, "See, you're getting the hang of it," and I'll drink it back.
You are too happy. Being too happy brings you out of your duty.
And boom, I'll lose my smile. I'll just be...
All right. Oh yeah, let's go with Tim, with Elena.
Okay, so as I walked away, I started heading just towards groups of people and just looking to see what's in town.
Well, you're going beside someone, a human, quite aged, maybe in his 50s, and he's working with the women, might be his wife, and they're working on a pig, the dead pig that they have just get out of his blood, and they are pushing away with a knife all the hairs from the pig to make meats out of it. They are totally bloodied. There's a pool of blood, a big kind of a big bowl of blood under the table because blood is pouring, but that's what you see. And you see that there are kids running around and sometimes running into a small blood or some of the place. Yeah.
So I'm doing my best to hide my revulsion at this sight, and I look at them with the friendliest smile as I can. Say, "Oh, what a beautiful family! Is this you? Are you all a family?"
Yes. Yes.
Oh. Oh, you must be. You look like such a loving couple. I've been actually looking for my husband. He supposedly passed through this way, but I haven't been able to find him.
The lady looks at you. Oh, you must be a pretty husband, eh? And she's looking at the at her husband, her own husband.
Oh, no, he's got his good features. It's mostly what's in his heart. His name is Telemundus.
They are. They both stop working and look at you, and the guy. You said tell us Mundus.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know Tellus Mundus.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's kind of one of my friends. He tried to, yeah, he tried to marry one of my oldest daughter. I said no.
Yeah, that sounds like him. But we've been happily married for some time now. Did he happen to come through this way?
I don't know. Should he?
I don't know. I've been looking for him. He's been kind of missing for the last week, and I've just been so worried that I've just set out on a trek to try to find him.
Yeah, well, Tellus Mundus. Did you see her, my wife? The lady is looking at you. She's kind of have some kind of a jealous gaze in her eyes, and wow, yeah, Tellus Mundus. No, I haven't saw him. Now go away. We have work to do. Huh?
Are you sure? I mean, I just so miss my husband, and then I just pat my stomach, and with the little one on the way, I just can't be without my husband, and my baby needs his father.
The mister looks at the lady and, well, she looks like really in love. And they're both looking at each other. Well, okay. Let me tell you something. Probably Tellus Mundus has passed recently because my daughter went back at home crying 2 nights ago. The only thing that makes her start cry is when Tellus Mundus tell her no. So far.
2 nights ago?
2 nights ago.
But you didn't see him?
No. Though I'm not sure if it's him. And
May I speak to your daughter? I just put on this hopeful look on my face.
Okay. And they're looking at both at each other. Must tell you that the father said, well, I think she tried to follow him because she told us that she was trying to follow Tellus Mundus wherever he wanted to go.
So she took off after him?
Oh, that's always like that when Tellus got into town. She tried to follow him. Well, that's what it is, you know. We always wanted her to marry Brian here, and he's pointing towards a guy with a pig over his shoulder. The guy is a hunched guy, and he has a gaze. You know, he's not a pretty guy. We always wanted her to marry him, but she.
I can see why. He's a handsome specimen.
Yeah. Well, she got. She will come back eventually. We're not worried. The roads are safe. The Oxygen Army is watching.
Brian, did you see her leave? Did you see which way she went?
Huh? No, I was sleeping. But that's what I know. But that's how it is. She always come back to me anyway, and he's going away with this pig.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I I leave that disgusting scene.
All right. Chris, how much did you have in your gather information? I think you had something like 20-something.
23.
Oh, man.
So I'm just floating around, mingling, mentioning Tellus Mundus here and there, and kind of, I don't know, almost just attempting to put people at ease and, try and extract as much information as I can. Sometimes I don't even talk, I just overhear something. Or, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of.
At some point, the people are buzzing, and at some point, there's a soldier from the Obsidian Army. The Obsidian Army are, have nice armors, black armors, and the guy has a dark tone on his skin, and he's looking at you. I think Sergeant Ranga might have an information for you.
I nod, and it's like, thank you, sir.
And he's pointing towards a post, a guard post, a small tower, and he's in the tower.
So I use my walking spear, I thank him dearly, and I use my spear as a walking stick as I make my way to the tower.
Right. You see a couple of guards turning around and looking at you. What are you coming for, traveler?
I'm looking for a Tellus Mundus, and I was told that the guard posted in this tower might know who he is, or where he went.
Okay. Sergeant, maybe there's someone for you, a traveler? And you see Sergeant Ranga getting down from a ladder and coming just in front of you. The guy has a big beard coming out from his helmet, no mustache, and he has dark eyes, and he has his helmet going around his face, and is looking at you. What it is, traveler?
Well met, Sergeant Rangar. Sorry.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, your name?
My name is Illowin. I'm looking for a Tellus Mundus.
Yeah, I know Tellus Mundus. What do you want him for?
Nothing much, just he has been gone from the camp for some time now, and I'm more than a little bit worried.
Worried for that old crow? That, he has deserted to the Gog. Well, I knew that he was hiding something from me when I talked to him lately. Okay. So you want to search for him?
Yes, I would very greatly like that.
He's staring at you, trying to analyze you and say, never mind.
I have a look on my face that is like, I don't know, like just the blankest, most unreadable expression I possibly can have.
What is your relation with Telos?
He is part of my camp. I'm with the Rages.
You're part of the Ragings. Are you under Todagog?
I nod.
Okay. After a while, a couple of seconds, he looks at you. Well, tell us. So yeah, I saw him 2 days ago. I tried to hail him. Usually, it's been a while, but usually when he comes to the village, it was to take a drink with me. You know that it's a kind of that nasty grog that they are selling at the tavern. But yeah, he used to like that a lot. Yeah, but this time he was, I was told that he was there. He's an old friend, in fact, and I was told that he was there, and he simply told to me that he was in a hurry.
It seemed like. So, which way did he travel?
Well, he's considering telling you something, and all right, let me tell you something. But if you're a bounty hunter, be aware that guy is fast with his knife.
Actually, I would prefer to get him before any kind of bounty hunter. There seems to be some rumors flying around that he may have betrayed us, and I would rather that not be true, whether it is or not.
Okay. He said he wanted to make it to Eschenloon. I said to him that he was crazy. He wanted to go directly to Eschenloon, but Eschenloon is a place of sages. Getting there is impossible. I don't know.
So, why would he want to go to Eschenloon?
He didn't tell me. He was just happy about it. Well, probably someone who wants to get away from the war might be happy to go away, but I don't understand that. We're always ready to fight because that's what our lords are telling us to do. A life without a fight, in my opinion, is and war is a sad life.
There is a certain enlightenment to the edge of a blade.
That was his choice. He promised me to come back and take some grog in the future, but that's all he told me. I just told him that he was crazy to go there. There's nothing to find. Only people who don't know what is real. And yeah, he told me something, by the way. Told me that he wanted to talk to a gargoyle.
Talk to a gargoyle?
Yeah, I will just open something here. Gargoyle is actually a race in Kokra. 8% gargoyle. And yeah, they are living in mountains or elsewhere, but yeah, there are gargoyles that can live in that world.
How much do I know about gargoyles? Do I know anything about? Would I know anything about their culture? Or I've been in this region for a while, but I've never actually studied the locals or anything. So there.
Do you have a knowledge related to that on your sheet? Might be supernatural. No. It might be supernatural since gargoyles is very special.
Supernatural. I do have knowledge supernatural. I've got +9 in it.
Well, you can do that.
Natural 16, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's 25.
All right. That's a lot. In the supernatural angle, gargoyle was a race magically created a long time ago, and it's a legitimate race today. Gargoyles don't mix up with other living usually, but there's one gargoyle that is quite known. He's called Onyx, and he's considered as a sage. So yeah, giving advice. So that's the only one you know.
Well, I know of an onyx that is a gargoyle and a sage. Maybe he's in Eschenloon.
He's searching. The Sergeant Rengai is searching in his mind. Maybe it's him. I've heard of that Onyx. Some people have talked to him, but that was a while ago. And was it in Ishanlun? I don't remember much, but maybe it is. By the way, we've heard strange sounds from here, from the where the camp here is, just in facing the Jurnik Mountain. What happened? We didn't have any news yet.
We were attacked as soon as we, shortly after, or the camp was attacked shortly after we left.
You know, I'll give you my opinion. What a mess, all the Ragings fighting together. When the couple will come back, everything will get in order. It's just making...
It may not.
It will. It will. Because the Obsidian Army, we are ready to conquer every other continent, but not under the Ragings, you know. I think Tellus, if he's really deserting Todagog and the Ragings, I think he's doing... Finally, I think it's a good idea, because I pity them for their chaotic way of running and fighting together.
Well, the only thing that is known about the future is change will happen.
And yeah, but that's all I have to say. Good stranger, Elwyn, and I hope you find my friend. Yeah.
I bet my head deeply. When I find him, I will bring him back to you before I do anything else.
Yes. Well, thank you.
And then I say my pleasantries and I leave without another word.
All right. So, after all that, you know that Bogdarash and Thorgrim are in the Rogots from the Sheep Inn.
I slip in there and I start up a conversation. I come up to Thorgrim, Justin's character.
And so as you approach him, you would see that Thorgrim is he's taking his plate back, or his wooden dish, and it's now no longer filled with food, it's just filled with bones. And he's also taking back Bugadesh, because he's pretty sure she had time to eventually finish off her meat as she was picking at it while breathing heavily. And so he's bringing this up to the man in the apron, the tavern keeper. Yeah. And as he sets the bowls down, he just says, "Mate, perhaps you could tell me about Eshenlun and maybe any travelers who might have stopped by here or might be going on there."
Well, Elwyn, you are besides Thorgrim when he asked that, if you want.
I've heard of a traveler that's going to meet a gargoyle, and I say that.
You say that? Eshenlun. That's just a dream. You know, everyone who goes there has just lost their mind. From what I know. And you know what? If you never got there, you just beware. Just at the ground level of that volcano, there are lots of people who wants to get to Eshenlun, all people who have lost their minds. They are all there singing, praying, and making music and doing nothing. Yeah. No, I prefer to be in my inn, and for the gargoyle, well, yeah, I've heard that maybe there were gargoyles in that mountain, as there may be in many other mountains of the kingdom. But gargoyles, I don't trust them, you know. Their brains is made out of stone.
I've met many men. I've met many men with brains made out of stone.
just want to know before pursuing Elena, where were you going if you want to go?
I probably mosey back towards the longhouse and make my way there because I knew everyone else was headed there.
So yeah, you can enter at that moment where you see them chatting with the the Tarak. And was it Tarak? No, it was a dwarf. Excuse me. He doesn't have a name yet. Okay. Or well, the tenant. Okay, so yeah, so he's talking about the rock brain of the gargoyles.
When he mentions that, just real quickly, Thorgrim looks over when he hears rock brain, and he looks at Bugadesh, but he doesn't say anything, and goes right back to the conversation.
Brain? What is brain?
Exactly, old friend, he says to Bugadesh.
I'm not your friend.
Yo.
But when Bugdarash saying that, you see that the orc, well, orc doesn't impress themselves together, but Bugdarash make an effect on the tenant, and she says, "Will she sleep? She will sleep in here, doesn't she?"
And Thorgrim will just look to Bugadesh and expect her to answer for herself.
I will. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. And he's looking at the table with the three dwarves I've mentioned. He's just making a gesture, and the three dwarves slowly get up from their table and go out from the longhouse, leaving their stuff here. Okay, I think it will be better. All right, so she's looking at Elena and Elwyn. If you want to eat, it's already paid, and she's taking from the meat of what she's boiling, and she's giving you a plate with putting some stuff in. It's all messed up in your plate.
That's just how I like it.
Well, since I've been living with orcs for a while, it probably actually looks pretty appetizing.
Well, yeah.
And I would ask, I would lean in and I'd ask, I'm not looking for any trouble, sir, but did those happen to be Gurnuic dwarves?
He's looking at Bugdarash and said, well, they are...
Say no more. Say no more.
Bugdarash, right now he's looking at the three dwarves going out, but she's doing nothing. She has her back on you.
And I'd lean in close in case he has something he wants to say.
I better say not much. I don't want any trouble from Todagog.
And I won't press him any further.
You know, even though the army is protecting the place, if Todagog gets angry at our village, the Obsidian army won't stand against the rage of Todagog.
That's why we serve him. He is truly a powerful orc.
Okay, now Bugdarash is now turned on you, and she's ready to follow you wherever you go.
All right. So, Thorgrim, he's full of meat and this root ale, and he looks to his companions and he's wondering. He'll ask, "Do you guys think we should spend the night, or should we hop back in the saddle? I've already paid for our lodgings, but that would throw off anybody who might be keeping track of us from a distance here."
Well, it sounds like from what I was able to glean that Telemundus has a 2 days head start on us. I think it would be a good idea to get some rest and then start fresh. We've been riding all day.
And
Will 4 hours do us?
Yeah, that should be fine. Plus the horses need a little bit of downtime.
Thorgrim nods in agreement and grunts. Yeah, sounds good. I want
I nod.
Happily rest. and he will go over to a long bed somewhere, and he'll do his best to sleep directly on his gold coin purse.
Okay. So, yeah, the place is not comfortable, but it's better than sleeping on the ground.
I'm used to it.
Yeah. Okay, well, Book the Rash doesn't sleep. Well, she'll try. She's quite embarrassed, actually. She's looking at you, and she's thinking in her head. You see that when she's thinking, you see her face doing some kind of strange faces. You see that she's struggling and thinking of what she will do. And then she just go away from the inn, and she's getting out.
All right.
A mind made of nothing but war never truly knows the ways of battle. And I just shake my head.
And Thorgrim's not too concerned. He's going to finish out the 4 hours, unless the 4 hours is already out.
Okay. What are you? Do you do something special during the night?
I just sleep.
Yeah, I sleep. I have specific orders to wake me up in exactly 4 hours. I get to sleep pretty instantly. Go ahead.
Thorgrim, he went out of his way to drink several cups of that root lager or root beer, and so he's actually counting on his bladder kicking in about 4 hours of sleep, and then he'll have to get up, go to the bathroom, and that's when he wants to start the day.
All right. Well, the night goes well. It's been a little noisy. Some snoring around from orcs sleeping on some other beds. Some, during the night there has been some talks outside, and you can hear that. You may have glanced that finally official news from Togdaga camps has come to the village. People, an orc screaming orders. Now you will stop. You had some changes in where they will bring the food and all that. So yeah, it's been a busy night. Through all that, you have been able to get some rest. And yeah, the morning begins. Yeah, how do you call that animal on the cornflake boxes?
Rooster.
Yeah, okay, yeah, the rooster is waking you up. Yeah, it's a rooster.
I was thinking a toucan. I was thinking of a toucan.
That's Fruit Loops.
Yeah, I got my cereals mixed up.
Yeah, the Fruit Loops say that is the toucan, but yeah, I know what is a rooster, it just didn't came. Okay, and yeah, Book the Rash is in front of your beds, looking at you in the same stance as if she was a statue from the first time you saw her.
Oh, good, Bugdarash. I was scared you weren't going to come back. Did you catch up with those dwarves?
Those dwarves? What dwarves are you talking about? There's
Right.
no dwarves anymore.
Excellent. And Thorgrim's going to check to see if his friends are up, and he's ready to roll to get on the horses.
I slept in my sandals with my spear by my side.
Excellent. So yeah, Thorgrim's ready to get in the saddle if everybody else is.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so in order to get to Eshenloon at some point, that road goes in a small canyon that may be 100 meters long between two parts of a mountain. Well, while you are into that canyon, you can feel that maybe you're not alone in here. There's too much place to hide around, and you may have saw maybe small rocks coming on your small rocks, falling down, rolling, as if something or someone or some animals has hit them a little accidentally, and some rocks are rolling just in front of you.
What do you fellows think? Thorgrim calls out, looking back.
Well, I don't know what other way we have to proceed. Perhaps we could stay close to the walls.
And Thorgrim, he'll trot his horse up a little further than everybody, and he says he'll take point. He'll take the lead as we travel on for now.
Well,
Maybe if we stay spread out, just in case any rocks do come falling on us, we won't be all clustered up.
And he'll ask Brugadash if she'd like to join him, if there's room for a 2x2 to travel forward.
oh yeah. You can even be three side by side. It's enough. It's large enough for a big cart to go through that.
Okay.
Since there's 4 of us, we could probably just do like double file.
Sounds good.
All right. So you're in front with Bugdarash,
So yeah, that's perfect.
and the rear we have Elwyn and Elena. Well, maybe you could do perception checks since you are on your guards, just in case you see something.
Oh, I have notice at +6.
There's
Yeah.
nothing up there.
I had notice at +7 and I rolled an 11, so that's 18.
Okay.
I have +6 for notice, and I rolled a 12, so that's 18 also.
Well, I don't know where you're looking, Thorgrim, but everyone is, well, Bugdarash actually stopping, and yeah, Elwyn and Elena, you can see that you are surrounded by dwarves that came out from nowhere. They had kind of a clothing that could match a little the color of the rocks. And they are looking at you. They all have slings in their hand, rolling, and they just roll their rocks over them, and they're waiting. There's some kind of a dwarf, one that you saw yesterday, who comes without a sling and says, you are part of the Todaga clan. I can sense that. And they're looking at Bugdarash.
I just hold my hands up and say, I'm no orc.
No, but you're part of Tordagog. And you know what? We have a feeling that you may be searching something that we are searching ourselves too.
Well, what is it that you're searching for?
It just
Maybe
might
you
make
could
us
help you.
friends.
We're searching for something that has been stolen to us.
Well, we're searching for someone. Maybe that someone stole that thing from you.
Exactly, but yeah, we observed you yesterday, and we felt that that person, yeah, might be your friend, isn't it?
Well, I wouldn't say he's a friend. He's someone that we are currently looking for.
All right. Where is he?
If we knew, we wouldn't be looking for him.
And you might have a hard time believing us, but we think he might actually be in Eshenloon right now.
The dwarves are looking at each other. Shenloon. Well, we may have our information, and they just, making their sling fly over a little harder, ready to throw rocks at you.
Well, why don't we help each other?
Try to make. I don't know the skill list by heart, but there's
Diplomacy,
yeah.
bluff.
Diplomacy might be better because it's yeah. Actually, you want you want them to be your friend.
Okay, I have a +5 with diplomacy, and I rolled a 17. So that's a 22.
And the kind of their leader is saying, why would we help us? Why would we help each other? We that's the best guess we have in searching our stolen good. We have what we need. We don't need you. You're part of Todagog's gang. And they're looking at the Book de Rush, who is now with her axe in her hand, ready to run at them.
Well, she was sent here not because of our wishes. She was sent here to watchdog us. We're kind of held hostage in this matter.
They're saying it in Dwarvish, and they're looking at Thorgrim. Is that true? Your mic.
And
Yeah.
Thorgrim will reply in Dwarvish. Oh, it's absolutely true. There's no way I'd choose to travel with this beast if I could avoid it.
You see that Book de Rush is very nervous that she can't understand a word of what you're saying.
I dare say I was half bluffing because I have sort of grown fond of her, but she is crazy.
And okay, and Book de Rush says they are traitors from Dirnik clan. We should kill them because they will kill us. And she's looking at you. You know what to do. You have your orders. You are from Todagog's clan.
You're from Thodogog's clan.
And
with this insult, she turns over you. You are too. The only way you're not, it's because your head will be on a pike.
And Thorgrim will draw his sword, and he will strike.
Book de Rush.
Yes.
She will make a. Okay, she'll make a notice check. That's how it's called. Yeah. Okay. Oh, she rolled a 20. So she will not be surprised. She just turns over you. You have to roll initiative, which is your dex bonus. I think you have 0.
Correct.
So that the first. Well, you will
11.
both be the only one to. Oh, where is our stats? What did you roll?
11.
11. Sorry, I'm searching for Book de Rush. Okay.
Oh, no worries.
Okay. All right. So you're faster than her.
And so take a swing with the sword.
Which makes a total of
14.
14. Ah, well, she just she just make her sword away with a swing, and then her axe fly over her. Oh, she hits you. Ow! Make a toughness save.
Ooh. So that's plus my toughness, which is 5 with my armor.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's a 9.
It's a 9.
Yeah.
Okay, you miss it by a lot. I will tell you what type of damage that is. Oh man. Lethal damage. Make a small calculation over here. You made 5 total, you said?
9.
9, sorry.
Yeah, 5 was. Yeah.
Well, you are disabled. Pow!
Excellent. Okay.
Okay, guys, what are you doing with that?
I'm going to leap off of my horse, and at the same time, I'm pulling out my 2 short swords, and I'm going to try to run onto the side of her and cut her saddle, so try to get her to fall off of her horse.
Okay, maybe just roll initiative.
Okay.
She
so
was
I
not
have-
that fast, but and Chris, if you want to roll initiative and if you have an idea of what to do,
So I rolled a
4
14, and I have a plus
plus
3, so that's 17.
17. Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, okay. Let's go with Elena. So you want to cut the saddle? What?
Yeah, I want to cut the saddle straps and try to just push her off of her horse so that she falls prone on the ground.
Perfect. Make an attack roll.
Okay, I have... Where'd you go? 2 short swords. Attack is plus 3. Oh, so that's 14.
14. Okay. Make a. How does it work against a target? Just want to check rapidly. I know where it is. So the damage, I think it's plus 3.
Yeah, the damage for my short swords is plus 2. On a 19 or 20, it's plus 3.
Okay. Okay. What? Okay. You're okay. Plus 2. Okay.
Yeah, plus 2.
Well, make a strength check.
To try to push her off.
Well, yeah, with your strength bonus.
I don't have a strength bonus, so that's...
Well, you're plus 2 from your sword.
Oh, okay, so that's 12 then.
Okay. Well, you scratched the letter a little, but it wasn't enough. Chris, you're faster than that book the rush before she turns over you.
All right, I'm going to enhance my strength, so I'm gonna get in like almost a prayer with my spear in front of me,
Okay.
and then I make my roll, and I got 16, so my muscles bulge a bit, and I get a +1 to strength.
Okay, that's your normal action. You can make. Is it a full round action? What you're doing?
It doesn't actually say in the book. It's supernatural power.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's your action. You couldn't attack over that in that round. Book the rush. Book the rush. Does take care of Elena. And what is your defense bonus?
My defense bonus is plus 4.
All right. +4. She hits you. Make a toughness save.
Okay, so I have +1, or well, +2 because my leather armor. I rolled an 18, so that's a 20.
That's a 20. Okay, you have a small damage condition though. It will be you have a hurt. Hurt means that you have -1 for your next saves, toughness saves. Okay. Okay. Now we're going back with you, Elena. So Brooke the Rash is looking at you in the eyes, and yeah, she kind of scratched your clothing. Some blood got out from it, but not much.
So I'm gonna try to tumble and roll underneath of her horse, and at the same time I'm gonna try to slash her saddle again to try to get her off her horse.
Perfect. Make a you can make an acrobatic check.
Okay. I have +7 for acrobatics.
Yeah.
So that's an 11, so 18.
All right. 11. Okay. 18. Okay. So yeah, no problem. You pass under the horse and make an attack roll.
Okay, so with my swords, I am going to try to just slash at the leather that's holding it.
Yeah.
And I rolled a 19, so that's a 21.
Okay. Perfect. Just wanted to tell you something that just come back. You have conviction points. Do you remember that? It helps you succeed a roll you didn't, but you have succeeded. But maybe later, if you are in trouble with Book the Rush. So yeah, your attack hits well. Make a strength check. And if it doesn't go well, a conviction can help you push that a little more.
I rolled a 16. I don't have, if I have +2 for my sword, then it's 18.
Okay, 18. Well, this time, yeah, okay, you have cut off some of the straps. Let's see how Book the Rush is doing on staying on her horse. She's still on it, but yeah, you have cut some of it. Now it's Elwyn's turn.
All right. I'm just gonna take this time to make a strike. I'm gonna go for the face, if that makes any difference.
With your weapon?
Spear.
Go ahead.
And I only did a 6, so I did get her. I'm pretty sure.
Well, you can that may be the time to use conviction if you want.
Yeah, I think I will.
So conviction works that if you rolled 1 through 10, you add 10 to the total. So you have at least a total of 11 or more using conviction.
All right. Okay. I got 15 then. 15 plus 1 would be 16.
16. All right. She with 16. Well, okay, yeah, you're good. So what is the damage bonus including your strength?
It's 4.
You have 4 strength?
No, it's 3 is the damage bonus plus 1 strength.
All right. Plus 4, 19. Toughness. Oh, she gets hurt a little. Yeah. Okay. It's a start.
As I roll through on the other side, I yell to the dwarves, "She was boasting about how she was killing 3 of your comrades in town! Help us take her down!"
Alright. Book the Rush, a little confused by... Well, she turns over you, Chris, Elwyn. She strikes and hit. Make a toughness save.
Okay. I don't exactly know my toughness. Oh, it's -1. Okay.
-1?
Yeah. Let's see. 17. So that's... Yeah, that's 17.
17?
So that's... Yeah, so it's 16.
Okay. You are wounded. So you can't make a full action for the next round, and you have -2 against wounded. Let's just read about it. Wounded.
Okay.
Ah, my cat is climbing on me with his claws. Okay. Yeah, you will have a -1 on toughness roll. Any of your roll for the next round is -2, but just the next round. But after that, you have -1 on your toughness roll.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. What were you about to say?
Well, I already know what I'm going to do next round.
Okay. Let's see the dwarves will react to that. Okay, it's Elena's turn.
Did you want me to make a diplomacy check with them? Is that what you wanted?
Not necessarily. You see that probably they will attack. They will throw rocks at. So
Okay.
what do you do?
I rolled from underneath of the horse, and I pulled myself up to my feet with both my short swords in my hand. I just spring up in the air and just try to skewer her with both of my short swords on the side, and at the same time try to knock her off the horse.
All right. Let's try an attack on that.
I rolled a 12 plus 3, so that's a 15.
Yeah, that's well. She just kick. We should just make her foot like that to get you out of the way. You weren't able to reach. You can still make a move action with that.
Okay, Okay, I can't use my conviction because it was over 10.
Well, you could if you can get a better roll. It can help you get a better roll.
Oh, does it mean I can re-roll it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it just added 10 if it was.
No. It gives you the chance to actually get a better result.
Oh, okay.
So what is your result?
My resolve?
Well, did you use your conviction?
No. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have been muted. With my move action, can I just keep moving forward and try to knock through her and take her off the horse with me?
Oh yeah.
Because I was jumping at her and trying to spring at her.
You want to? Do you want to go on her horse or?
No, I want to knock her off the horse. I jumped at her. I'm trying to physically knock her off the horse.
The only way to do it will be to succeed the attack. So the only way to do it in this round would be to use your conviction.
Okay. How many conviction do I have?
I think you have 1 point.
Okay.
Yeah. I will check that out. But you have at least 1 point. That's for sure. I think you have 1 point. I think you have as much conviction as your level.
Okay. No, I'm probably not going to roll over 12, so I'm just going to try to maneuver myself back underneath the horse so I'm not right in her way with my move action.
Okay. That's all right. The dwarves, shoot! You are under the horse. That's a good thing because rocks are falling from everywhere. Okay. At least 2 rocks hits her. She has to make 2 toughness save. Well, she's hit on the head at least twice.
That's not going to do her any harm.
Well,
Wrong place to hit.
She doesn't feel
She doesn't
it.
need that.
The dwarves just to check out if you were hit, Chris, since you were near. Well, at least 1 rock, probably not aimed at you, got you, but make a toughness save.
Okay, so that's a -2. Oh, I rolled 4, and so that's 2.
4.
Damn.
Oh man, that's not good. It's a 4 total.
No, it's a 2 total.
2 total.
Yeah, I got a wound, and plus I got -1 to Constitution.
Oh man,
Might have to dig some graves.
you are disabled. Blocked. Okay. But
I go to the Nightlands for a bit.
well, okay. Yes, it's Book the Rash turn, but she's quite confused by all the rocks she's getting at her, and the kind of leader that talked to you, the dwarven leader, is coming towards you with an axe in his hand. He's roaring towards her, and she'll try to attack him, and she will just her axe would just fly through the air. It's Elena's turn. You saw some rocks falling over you. You saw Eluin falling just beside you. His
Okay,
horse
so-
getting... Yeah, go
the
ahead.
horse is the horse still over top of me?
Yeah.
Okay, well, while I'm sitting there, I'm going to very carefully take my short sword and stick it in there and saw the strap off so that it slides off.
Okay.
So that the saddle is loose.
Since it's more like kind of a pick lock thing to do, if you want to use some Steve skill on that, yeah, you are welcome.
I can't just cut it.
Disable device. Yeah, well, you can cut it. Yeah, go ahead. Make a strength check simply.
Okay. That's a 14.
Okay. Okay. Let's see how it's going with. All right. The horse moves a little while she's getting hit by the dwarf, and while she moves with what you did before on the straps, well, she's kind of falling down her horse. So now she's kind of on her back, and the dwarf just gets around the horse, and while she's prone, try to hit her. Oh, he's got a 20. That is confirmed. I think it will hurt. Well, Book the Rash is wounded, but this time she gets not to do much. She won't attack. She's just trying to get on her foot. So Elena, you are beside Book the Rush, who's trying to get up on her feet. The horse just got a little away.
Okay, well, I'm just going to try to impale her in the back.
All right, go ahead, make an attack, and you have... well, it will be more easy since she's on the ground.
Okay, I rolled a 12, and plus 3 is 15.
Okay. You rolled a 12, 15. Oh, yeah, okay. The damage of your sword is...
It's plus 2.
All right, this time it's not good for her.
That was with both my swords, so I don't know if I attack separately for each of them, or this is for because I'm two-handed attack.
Well, yeah. Well, if you attack two-handed, I think you have a -4 for both or something like that.
Okay. Well, then I just attacked with one. I have to look it up, see how it works.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And the chief dwarves try to attack her besides. Well, he hits the ground since she's rolling over her, but she's on the ground, not doing so well. While the chief dwarf has tried to hit her, he looks at you and just run away a little, and he rolls over the ground while some rocks are raining on Book the Rash. So, do you accept his offer?
He was talking to me?
Yeah, he's looking.
Okay.
Well, yeah, he was looking at you. Yeah.
Okay, well then I try to move away. And was there someone else near me that fell, like one of my party members?
Well, there was Elwyn.
Yeah, I would try to grab Elwyn and drag him away.
Okay. Well, you are able to drag him a little away, and all the while, 4 rocks fall over her. She doesn't move anymore. Now the chief dwarf is looking at you. Well, one problem less. And some of the dwarves come over Thorgrim, trying to see at his wounds. And looking at Elwyn's wounds, and trying to okay. Both of you can you go down one wound level, so you are both wounded officially.
Okay.
So you have a -1 for your toughness save. It takes a while to do that. While they were trying to heal both of you, well, Elena, what you see is that there are some people going in the canyon looking at you strangely. These are both humans. They are. One of them is with a flute in his hand, and they are poorly dressed, and they are going towards Shenlong. They're just looking at you in a strange way, and they just passed over you.
I try to wave them over.
We don't want to be. We don't want to disturb you. We just want to. We.
Oh, we were just attacked by this orc, and we're just looking for anyone in the area. We're looking for our friend.
Well, I hope you find him. And they're going away.
Where are you headed?
Shenlong. We have
What
to
a
go to this
coincidence!
place.
So are we. What do you know of Eshelun?
Well, that's what we want. That's where we want to go when we'll end our lives. So we're taking a chance. We think we have a heightened spirit now. We got rid of everything material.
What about your flute there? And he'll point to the one with the flute.
It's my instrument. Yeah, well, it seems that making music may help, but I'm not that much of a good singer, so just playing a tune.
And Thorgrim will flick him a coin of gold, and he'll ask if he'd be willing to play a tune before he leaves.
The dwarves or the Virginie clan looks, no, not music again. And the guy looks at the coin, seems to be interested by it, but the other person, a smaller guy, he put his hand on his shoulder and is making that. All right, we can play you a tune, but I won't take the coin.
And if he does he throw it back? Because I threw it to him. Does he?
Oh, you just leave it there.
Okay. Because I would have threw it back at his feet and said thank you for the song.
He plays a little tune. Well, some kind of a tune you may have heard once in a while in some places that there was happy music. So yeah, he doesn't bring anything new. He plays it averagely. Doesn't seem to be a real professional with his instrument.
And while he's playing, I'll ask the one that sort of was stopping him from taking the gold. I'd ask him if he knows of Telemundus, or also Windy Howlers.
Well, Telemundus, I don't know. That name doesn't ring a bell for me. But Windy Howlers, yeah. That's a kind of strange bird. Heard that people who likes to climb up in mountains may have saw some of them, but they are very hard to see. You know, their feathers really mixed down with the rocks. You know.
Excellent. And as the song finishes up, I'll nod to the musician and thank him for the song. Thank you, kind sir. I'm like nursing my wound, the great axe wound.
Yeah.
Speaking of such, I use cure on myself.
All right, which I think will shrug off any of your wounded condition, if I remember correctly.
And I turn to Thorgrim, and I just put out my hand. Will you partake?
Kindly, and he'll accept your hand.
Okay, and I cure his injuries too.
While you're doing that, the dwarf, which was the leader of the band, looks at you and says, well, we have sought revenge against this beast, and you don't fit for being under Todagog. What were you doing under that trap?
Well, as I said, we were under threat of death to find this our acquaintance, Telemundus, and this person was sent along with us. There was actually two others, but they died in the rock attacks. They were there to ensure that we did what we were told to do, and I think they were ordered to assassinate us once they were done.
Hmm. So, what exactly are you searching for? You're searching for Talismandis, but do you know exactly what you're searching for?
We're looking for where he's at. He stole something from someone, and that's all we know.
You really think that he's on Nation Loon? That's what you told us.
Well, we've talked to someone who spotted him, and he pointed in that direction, and that's the only lead that we've been able to find. We talked to someone in the town and said that he had a two days start.
So he was apparently going to talk to a gargoyle.
Well, we'll follow you. We have to know about it because we probably want that something is stole. That was ours from Jurnik. And yeah, we want to give that gift to the Oxygen couple.
I just briefly glance at my compatriots. Say, okay, fine.
Then, well, okay, we'll follow you then. And he's waving at his dwarves. And yeah, now now you're escorted by by 6 dwarves who are currently, well, technically they are your enemies, but since Tadagog is not much more your friend, it's hard to say which side they are towards you, but
well, he doesn't know that we helped kill him.
So I think Thorgrim, before we continue on, Thorgrim is going to try and put Bugadash's body on her own horse and slap it on its hindquarters and send it back the way we came from.
All right. That's quite easy to do. You have some help from the dwarves, from the Jurnik clan. They are making fun of it, saying, that would leave a great message that the right arm from the great Todagog. And
then he'll hop up on his horse and he'll continue on with his party, with his friends and the dwarves.
Yeah, the dwarves are going on foot, by the way.
That group of hippies that we ran across, the flute players. Yeah. I'm going to describe that handkerchief made that Telemundus was playing with.
Yeah.
I'm going to describe that to him, see if that has any meaning to them.
Made out of Windy Owl's feathers?
Yes.
Never heard of that. Never. They never thought that we could do that.
Well, you learn something new every day.
I hope, but we have learned that our spirit is ready to get on Loon.
How do you plan on executing that? The final steps. How does your spirit get there?
Well, I think that if you have your spirit heightened enough, they will just come and get you from what we know. Well, unless you are already using magic and you can fly over there. But those others, they are being picked up by someone up there. And we feel that we are ready to that and that they will come.
I must see this for myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All the while, you get out of the canyon. You have some maybe 1 hours, and you see, you see Eshenloon in the sky, big city floating over that volcano, which is currently dormant, but has some fumes coming out of it. At the base of the volcano, you can see that there are lots of small tents, encampments, and there are lots of people. Yes, you can hear from far away some music, some percussion, some people chanting, when you're approaching, you are approached by people who are half nude, trying. They have not eaten, and for a long time they are very thin, skinny, and they try to grab you to get your some stuff. The Geronic dwarves are just pushing and go away. And you can see that there are people who are looking at the mountain. They are chanting and all that, but through them there are dead bodies. People who have died from starving.
Path of asceticism is just as destructive as the path of materialism.
Yeah,
Suicide pilgrims.
yeah. You can see towards the crowd, inside the crowd, you can see somewhere where there's an old lady on a. She has put herself on some kind of a table that was put there. She's on a. There's a chair on the table. She's sitting on it, and she's kind of looking throughout some kind of a telescope at the mountain. And you can see that there are two young teenagers, probably, who are very thin, are besides her, and they're kind of crouching and looking at her, and that's the most different thing you can see towards the crowd, inside the crowd.
I think Thorgrim would ride his horse over to this woman or person on the table, on the chair, and with rather than just saying hello, he'll ask if she's looking at windy howlers right now.
The two teenagers look at you with eyes like that. Mama, 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 someone. And she just continued to look throughout her telescope, and she's just saying, windy howlers. I fly. I'm looking at my spirit who's being heightened. And she doesn't say a word more.
And Thorgrim, he'll look to these children, and without getting off his horse, he's just going to ask, how long has she been looking up?
All her life. We're waiting. We want to see what she doesn't want.
And looking at these children, they must look hungry like the rest of them. Thorgrim will apologize that he has no food to give them, but he'll sort of turn his horse away and go back to the side of his friends.
What's that all about?
She's staring at her soul, apparently, or watching it ascend, or something to that effect.
I know someone who was addicted to those drugs.
And are the other dwarves still with us?
Yeah, they're more or less. Yeah, they're looking at the mountain quizzically, and yeah, they were looking at you. And what about that lady? What is she's doing?
She's crazy.
As every one of them, they don't understand that. They won't get over there. It's impossible.
Is there like carrion birds and vultures going for the dead bodies, or are they just sort of there and not really being a problem? Or like are they rotting? Does it stink?
Well, yeah. Some bodies are rotting. Yeah, they don't care about the bodies. That's While you're taking attention to it, you can smell it.
Because I was just wondering if they're dead, but they're all like not rotting. But okay, cool.
Well, there's many states of decomposition when you're looking at it closely. Yeah.
Okay. So Thorgrim's a little stumped, and he's gonna feel around on his chest, and he curses himself because he didn't bring any whiskey, which usually helps him think.
Well, I'm going to get off my horse. I'm just going to hand the strap to one of my companions.
Thorgrim will happily take it.
Then I'm just going to start mingling in with the people. I'm just going to casually start talking to people, asking if they've seen someone that matches Telemundus's description.
All right, that's gather information.
Yeah. So I have a +5 for gather information, and I rolled a 7, so that's 12.
Tell us, Mundus. I guess they don't. The name doesn't ring a bell. Maybe you give a description, something like that.
Yeah. I was given a description.
Because of. Well, at some point, someone looks at you and says, "Oh, well, that was this overconfident guy who I saw him climb over there, but usually climbing is not a good idea on this mountain. Oh, he probably died."
You didn't see what happened to him?
Well, he's pointing towards somewhere. You know, look over there. You see that vapor type of spray going out, and while he's saying that, you can see that some parts of the mountain there are some vapor spray going around. He went beside that. It feels like he knew that he had to go there. He's probably cooked by one of those spray.
Well, I go back to my group and tell them that. Did you get any description as to where this gargoyle was going to be at?
No, he only mentioned that he was going there to speak to a gargoyle. He gave Rangar no more, unless Rangar was holding information from me.
Nevertheless, you felt, Elena, that usually the way you felt it while you were talking to the people is that if someone tries to actually climb, he's being watched closely. Usually the people are dying when they're doing that, as he said, but that's the feeling. And yes, he did. So Telemundus fits the description of a person who did that kind of yesterday or 2 days ago. Yeah, not so long ago.
So Thorgrim has got, after he hands the reins back, he's going to try one more thing with the woman, staring up. So, because she's on a chair on a table, he's going to just ride his horse around and hopefully get his head right into where her vision would be and see if that makes her flinch at all.
She's just looking at you. You're disturbing me.
And he'll ask, "Are you in charge here? You look like you're in charge."
The two. Mama! In charge of what?
The ascension of spirits.
No. I'm just the one who can see it.
You see the souls? The spirits?
See my soul. Flying here. I'm here in the Shenlun. All those fools don't know about it, but I'm already there.
And again, Thorgrim will curse under his breath about not having whiskey. And but he'll ride back over to his friends and shaking his head. But he wasn't able to make any progress.
Look around. It seems like, by all accounts that we know, he is dead. And to be honest, stuff the relic he took.
The chief, the dwarven leader comes to you and said, "Well, okay, that Tellus Mundus that you told me about doesn't seem to be that crazy, and he went over the mountain knowing what he was doing. So why not follow him? We want our stolen good."
Thorgrim is keen to trek in this mountain. He's if it can kill these if these weak folk here believe it'll kill them to go up there, he's happy to prove them wrong.
Well, I'm the life of a murderer. I know the risks that takes. So I look at the mountain. Death, here I come.
Okay. So tell me where you're climbing or doing something else.
Yeah, I'm going with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready to go to the base of the mountain or where.
Of course, the horses won't follow.
Actually, if I would call out if anyone's hungry, present themselves, and they may prepare this horse.
Oh boy, you see lots of people coming around. The horse is surrounded, and he's kind of panicked. But there's so much people that they're
hand
just
the reins off to the crowd.
slaying their horse in front of your eyes. Food.
And so Thorgrim, he likes animals, but he can't stand seeing children starving, even though he's got a cold heart most of the time.
Okay.
So he's pleased with it, and he leaves.
Is that the fate of all of your horses?
I leave mine at the bottom. If it's there when I get back, it's there when I get back.
All right, Elena. Tim. Okay. Are you there, Tim? Okay. Maybe we have a technical problem with Tim, but nevertheless, he will join us wherever we will be.
Yeah, we'll leave his horse at the bottom then for now. If
yeah.
he's back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, and all the dwarves are following you. Well, Elena gives you somewhat the direction of where Tellus might have got. So
I'll take the lead on foot. Thorgrim will.
Okay, maybe it would be do you have a tracking skill of some sort, or?
I don't think so. Do I search? Oh, it says 0 though. Oh, it's +2 with stonework for search.
Okay. Well, if you take 10, it makes out of 10. Well, with the location she had, it's easy to get by that vapor spray that comes out once in a while. I feel that you should do a notice test, though.
Notice test?
Yeah.
So I don't think I have that skill, so it's probably just like a 0.
It's your wisdom.
Wisdom? Okay, so +2. 20.
Oh, that's good.
Excellent. And I get a +2 for wisdom.
Yeah. All right. You see, in fact, you see that it's quite easy. By then, you can feel that there's a gargoyle, that is mixing with the color of the rocks.
I'll announce this, that I see a gargoyle.
The gargoyle turns his head, he looks at you, make a head gesture like that, like a welcoming gesture.
I'll raise my hand and hail him and say, "Are you the great sage of this mountain of Eshinloon?"
Yeah, not Eshinloon. I'm just Onyx.
Onyx.
Come.
I will approach.
All right. So, Onyx. Sorry, I will just see if Tim is just wants to know if it's all right for him. It seems to be unlocked. Are you there? Sorry for that interruption. Okay. All right. Yeah, you see that the gargoyle is a little creature. All his features made out of rock, of course, and he's looking at you, and he has a pile of that kind of a handkerchief made out of wind owl's feathers, and he has one in his hand, and he's while you're approaching, he's just tossing it away, and at the same time, there's a vapor spray that's coming out the tissue, and he's looking at it going on the sky, and yeah. So you're coming for advice. You want to like them, and he's gesturing towards the people on the bottom of the mountain. You want to heighten your spirit.
I don't know about them, motioning to the people at the bottom of the hill, but we are looking for at least one, Tellus Mundus, and he was quite fond of these articles you have here. These.
He's taking another one, making the same gesture while a spray of vapor is coming out, and he's looking at it going in the sky, going away and falling further away. Yes. Yeah, I've met Tellus Mundus. I was waiting for him, in fact.
Is he still alive? Do you know?
If he has followed my advice, he should.
Could we know what this advice is? Would you let us know?
Well, he had the way to go with elation. Only the most courageous can do that, and he's taking a tissue, taking it over a spray. If you want to heighten your spirit, your body has to follow.
And Thorgrim will approach, and he won't actually grab one, but he'll say, "May I?" and he'll reach for the pile.
All right. He lets you do that.
And I'll take it, and I'll wait for the spray, and I'll release it in the spray when it comes, if it comes.
Yeah. They are very light, aren't them? Very light. They fly high too.
And Thorgrim's eyes will follow it, and they'll follow it for quite a while, and
yeah.
he might actually lose his train of thought for a minute there, just following it and watching.
You see, there are bigger sprays if you come over the mountain just a little higher. There are bigger sprays. And I told Tellus to just get a little higher to reach those. And what was he waiting for was there.
And Thorgrim's going to look back to his one still talking companion.
Yeah, no problems.
And what do you make of this friend? And Thorgrim will take another one and another tissue and let it fly with the next blast as well.
I just watch it for a second, and do I notice? I'm going to roll a notice check. Do I notice anything special about the way that it patterns or something in 7, 8, 9? I don't see shit. I just look around afterwards, and I'm like, I don't really know what to make of this.
So if it's all right, Thorgrim will take one tissue and he'll tuck it in his pocket, or in his shirt, I guess.
Uh, they are well made, aren't they? All
And
the fine fingers from Ishanloon. They are talented. Yeah, it's a gift that I had from them.
I thank you for this one. And what should I call you?
Onyx.
Onyx, that's right.
Might not be
It's,
there the next time, but I was waiting for you.
well, I think we are going to trek farther up the mountain. Is there any advice you would give us that you didn't give Telemundus?
Well, like I said, if you want to heighten your spirit, you have to heighten your body with. Yeah, you just have to get high enough to reach Shenlong.
And I think Thorgrim will thank Onyx for his information, and he'll prepare to ride back up, where he'll take the reins of his silent companion's horse.
Okay.
And walk it up.
Before I leave, I take a respectful nod and say, "Well met, Sage," and then I'll follow.
Okay. Perfect. So, okay. So you're going. You're climbing, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say that I'm trying to go where the highest blast was, unless that was the one we saw, but also where this woman was staring at her soul.
Okay.
That might be a guiding direction, I think, for us.
Feels like okay. Let's do. That's. You're searching for a blast of vapor that is greater than the one he was toying with.
Yeah. Like, ideally, yeah. What
Okay.
I'm thinking is I want one that might blast me like a cannon if I stuck my dwarf Tookus down in the hole.
Okay. Okay, let's say it's a notice check. It's a difficult one. Every time, if you both of you miss a 20 check, you lose one to your damage. You're being fatigued because getting higher in the mountain, it just gets hotter. You will sweat a lot, and you may fall down from fatigue.
Okay.
So, Chris and Justin, you make rolls.
For what are we rolling again?
Notice.
No.
So I got a 16 if it's a wisdom.
13.
Okay, -1. I will just calculate it for you. So you're going. You're being a little tired, but you're getting higher. You know you're high enough that you barely see the people on the bottom of the mountain. Okay, go ahead for another check.
So 17
20.
that time. Oh, but does it have a -1?
20. You still get another -1, but at some point, Elwyn, yeah, you can see a big spur of vapor going out from two big rocks that's coming out of the mountain. Between them, you can see something that is bigger, and you are getting you're getting closer to the top of the volcano, and you can see the bottom of Eshenloon, which you see that there's lots of roots, hanging beside Shenlong, like if it was a big chunk of the earth flying over the air.
Do you say there was ropes?
Oh, did you have I was thinking, did you have well, let's say a shortage, electricity shortage. Did you miss electricity, something like that?
Yeah, I was having some connection difficulty.
That's okay. Just make a small recap. Onyx, you have met Onyx, the gargoyle, and he was saying that in order to get your soul heightened, the body has to follow. And he was having a pile of those anchor chiefs made out of feathers from old windy howlers, and he was putting them over the vapor sprawl you saw when you were in the bottom of the mountain. So you were basically searching for a bigger one. And yeah, what you see under Eshenloon, that's you can see hanging roots, but they are far away. You know, hundreds of meters.
Oh, roots. Okay, root. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what you see. You see the bottom of Eshenloon being eaten by the volcano, and yeah, and you saw that big gush of vapor. Okay.
So does it look? Is the vapor shooting directly at Eshenloon, or is it shooting away out to the open space?
It's shooting, you know, vertically, but you are near from it.
All right. So what do you think, guys?
The Dwarven chief is he's saying, well, that may be a good way to be cooked. I don't know if I could go near that place.
So did the gargoyle did Telemundus already come to him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And we also got one of the sheets, or the things made of the feathers. We have one with us, and he had a few others, and I think he told Telemundus to continue up the hill.
Okay.
All right. Maybe you can make a notice check. That would be.
Yeah, definitely. Thorgrim he's considering sticking himself into this hole, so he's gonna check all the way around the sides of it for sure.
So I have a feat called Talented at Notice and Search.
Which gives you a bonus.
I got a 19 though.
Well, roll your dice, and if you are high enough, it's an expert feat, I think. Go ahead.
I rolled a 13, so that gives me a 20.
And Dim.
Well, I rolled a 6, and I have a +5 to Notice Search, so that's 11. I'm not sure. I'm trying to see what that feat does.
Okay. That's good, because you would have gotten another -1 in your check. Okay. Yeah, well, Elwyn, you can see something a little odd in the rocks.
Yeah, +2 bonus.
Plus bonus, yeah. You can see something a little odd in the rocks, like if there was a strange pile of rocks really well put together, not too far from the side of the crater pushing the vapor.
I point to that structure of rocks. What do you make of that?
Well, the Dwarven chiefs look at that. This is no rocks.
What is it?
I don't know. Looks like, by the color. Well, maybe we better check this out.
Thorgrim will walk over to it, and if the rocks look like the non-rocks, he'll try to pick one up if it's.
Well, in your hand, it feels soft.
Soft.
It's some kind of a package with a rope, and it's all made up of that feather tissue, the same of the anchor chief.
All right.
It's kind of wrapped up together, and with a rope with a knot on it, and there are 6 of it piled.
So Thorgrim's going to take it, and he's going to sort of unravel it and flap it. And
yeah, it's big. It's big, almost big as a sail, and not only that, is that there are some ropes attached to it, and you can see that there's a wooden structure at the end of the rope that with some belts, belts around it, adjustable belts and adjustable straps.
So Thorgrim's going to say, help me out here, guys. And he's going to pick up the wooden part and put it to his chest, and he's going to start strapping it on.
Well, your dwarven imagination worked well, since, yeah, it fits you, quite well with the adjustment. Yes, it's some kind of a harness that you have over
Excellent.
you.
To the stars on the wings of a pig. And Thorgrim asked his friends, do you think you probably won't think much of me, but I think I'm about to fly.
Ooh, this I gotta see.
And if you guys could help him, because I think it's a little larger, that it's kind of awkward to how big it is when he just flapped it out, maybe. And so if you guys could help him get over to that blast hole, the vent.
Oh, okay. You're gonna ride the blast up?
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
The Dwarven chief says, well, Telesmundus, if he succeeded, made it alone. If he succeeded.
Well, if I can, I will send him your regards, Chief.
All right. I want to see that. Okay.
And
so,
yeah, I'm ready to try it. So.
Well, how do you do that?
Well, I think Thorgrim himself will be a few feet below on the decline, and he would like his party members, if possible, to help prop up the feather fleece, so that it can be sort of held up over the hole, but sort of pointed towards Eschenlund, of course. Just a little bit of an angle, as opposed to straight up over it. Just pointed a little more towards the Eschenlund.
Okay. Who's doing that with you?
Yeah, I was just hoping they would help me. My
I go ahead.
Companions.
Yeah, I grab one side of it.
Both of you make a dexterity check. Elwin and Elena.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled a 2 plus 3, so that's 5.
7.
Well, while you're tending the stuff, suddenly there's a big gush of vapor going up, and you both have to make a reflex check.
Okay. This one's a little better. It's 13.
13, and Chris, not Chris, Tim.
See, my reflex is plus 5.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead.
So let me. Oh, I rolled another 2, so that's 7.
That means that you have to make a toughness save against the vapor.
Uh-oh. Let's see. Toughness. Toughness is plus 1. Plus 2. I rolled a 13 plus 2 is 15.
15. All right. Well, you have been hurt. You have a -1 to your next check. But okay. Yeah, I have forgot to make -2 for every one of your roll, but let's say that it never happened. And now, make a toughness check for your character, Thorgrim. Yeah, because it kind of put you under the arm.
I would like to use some conviction here.
You can use your conviction. Roll again.
Excellent. 13. And it's toughness?
Yeah.
So I will have +3 for toughness. So
okay.
16.
Well, you are hurt. You have a minus. It's the non-lethal version of it, which is called bruised.
Dazed or bruised?
Yeah, you are bruised.
Okay.
So you have -1 against all the that non-lethal type of damage. But yes, you are blown away. Well, Elwin, you can see that more than Elena, who is having steamed a little. Yeah, you're going very, very high in the sky, and you can see the beneath of Eschenlund coming somewhat fast over you. How do you make your sub landing?
I guess my little dwarven legs start kicking as hard as they can, and he's gonna just brace for impact if that's where it comes to. But he'd like to try and get a running landing if possible.
Try acrobatic.
Okay. So I don't. Yeah. 18. And I don't get any bonuses. Oh, okay. 17 though, because I got a -1 for bruise.
The way it works is that your big sail is getting mangled in the roots, so you're kind of stuck in the roots, and you're it's easy not to fall, but you see down there, you see the crater of the volcano, all the fumes coming out of it. It's quite far, but yeah, you can't see your friends anymore. Well, no, you can see them. You can see where the gush, the gush of vapor that blow you in the air. So yeah, guys, you can see, you can see your friend a little like that. Stuck in the roots under a Shenlong. What do you do?
Well,
He's caught up in the roots and he's tangled up in them.
Well, you can really make details on how he's there. You can see that he's alive and he's looking down at you. You think that he's looking down at you.
How high up is he?
200, oh yeah. Well, to maybe 500 feet. That was quite a that was quite a
I'm
show.
already strapping one on me. I'm actually kind of exhilarated by the whole prospect and kind of want to do it just for the hell of it. So,
are there any more of those things there?
There are. Well, since Elwyn took one, there are 4 more. The dwarf leader, looking at it and says, "Well, I'm still wondering how he could have done it alone." Tells Mundus.
Maybe he got some of those people down there at the bottom to help him.
Maybe. All right. So, you trying it, Chris? You want some help from people? But the chief dwarf says, well, it's quite dangerous. He's looking at Elena. She was almost killed by doing that. Sure, there's a way that he done it alone.
Well,
okay, I mean, I will help you. But he's not the dwarven leader doesn't want to get near that crater. Glowing vapor.
Oh, if anyone is braver than this one, then they can attempt to help me.
Well, I'll go ahead and help.
Okay. Okay, now that you may make a dexterity check this time, or you can make a notice check if you want, since you are more aware.
I'm gonna make a notice check, Sev. Okay, so that's I rolled a 16, and then I have a notice of 5 plus 2, so it's plus 7, so that's a 23.
Well, yeah, you remove 2 since you're fatigued, but it doesn't change that much. You can, maybe you can sense the when it will blow up. So yeah, you're fast enough to maybe get around the you put that parachute over the hole as good as you can, I guess.
I rolled a 17 and I have plus 7, so 24 notice.
Okay, you succeed in whatever you were doing. Well, so explain me how you do it.
Okay, I observe one spout and then another, and then I try and get a rhythm for it. Notice the intricacies of it all.
Yeah. Which you notice also, Elena.
Uh-huh. So, and then I attempt it.
All right. Elena, I guess, what were you doing exactly to in
I
order
was
for it to
I
work?
was just helping him with spread out the wings.
All right, exactly. You were fast enough. And yeah. So make a toughness check, Halloween.
Okay, here goes nothing. Or -1 to be exact. Made a 3. I'm going to take a conviction.
Yeah.
So that's 12 altogether.
12, and you have since it's our fatigue damage. Oh, you have after bruise this dazed, you are dazed.
Okay, so
Which makes it harder to maybe you're
can
flying
I
this.
use the can I use body control to keep my senses about me? That's a magic ability I have.
Well, since you're
Ignore
getting.
pain or injury is 15, and I got +9 in it.
Okay, uh, try it. Since
Okay.
it doesn't take just one round to get there, it takes a little more than that. You can come to your senses and try to do that.
27 altogether.
Okay, so tell me how you get back to make this work.
Okay, with my body thing, with my body control, I pretty much just snap myself out of the daze. I take some time to meditate and then just clear my mind. And
While you're being pulled up.
yes,
All right. So body control makes you. Does it make physical stuff to you?
well, it's 15 difficulty for ignoring pain or injury.
Okay. Well, which makes you feel good, and you will try to have an acrobatic check.
Let's see, do I have acrobatics?
It's your
Okay.
dexterity if you're not.
Okay. And 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay.
11? 11?
Yeah.
Well, at 11, what it does it mean is that your sail guts in the roots, but you're hanging by the end of your saddle or your straps. You're not in the roots. You're kind of hanging in the air. You're still holding to your ropes and all that.
Oh.
You will have to climb and all that. It's just
Okay.
it's possible. It's just it's just making it a little more difficult.
All right. I'm going to attempt to climb. I have no bonus whatsoever.
Well, you can make a take 10 on that.
And
Okay.
Thorgrim will do the same. He'll climb.
Okay.
I'll take 10 if possible.
Oh, yeah, take 10.
Same thing.
Yeah.
You're not, since you are well strapped, you're not in danger. Okay,
Excellent.
Elena, since both two of your friends got up and seems alive.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to strap one of those things on.
All right, it's really easy. The dwarves help you and says, "Okay, then I'll try something. Okay, put you beside the crater. I will just throw the stuff in the crater and it will push you up. I'm sure of that."
What?
Yeah.
He's gonna throw me into the crater?
No, just that, and he's pushing, the sail out open in the crater, and at the same time, there's a big gush, and of course, the thing opens up and pulls you in the air.
Oh, okay.
Make a toughness check.
Okay, toughness is +2. Oops. I rolled an 11 plus 2 is 13.
13. Yeah, you will be bruised. That's the first one. Yeah, you will have -1 for against non-lethal damage. It kind of hurts you a little. And acrobatics, then you can see the roots of the beneath of the Shenlu coming over you.
You say I can make an acrobatics check? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
yeah.
Okay.
To say how you land under.
Okay. Well, I have +7 for acrobatics.
Yeah. Well, -2 because you are fatigued.
Okay. So that'd be 13 total then.
13. Well, with 13 total, you have the same situation as was Aylwin, is that your sail did hook on the roots, but you are hanging under with the ropes. You can climb, you know, you are like that.
Yeah, I'm
in
gonna
the
go
air.
ahead and start climbing.
Slowly but surely, you can climb up and reach the edge of Eshenloon to get yourself on the ground of that city. It's very hard, very painful at some places, but since when you reach your roots, there's so much roots that it's hard to fall down. You know, the roots will there will always be some roots to keep you from falling. All the while, you can feel that the leader of the dwarves has kind of reached you too. He was able to get himself in the air too.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Now you are on Ishanloon. What do you see? You see buildings made out of plain white stones. You see fountains here and there, vegetations, luxuriant vegetations. You're just beside a kind of a berry tree, from berries that you have never ate before because there's not much berries growing when there's war around. Yeah, and you see people unarmed, dressed in white robes and all that. There's two women coming towards you, and they look at you very calmly and says, "Well, welcome, visitors. Welcome to Ishanloon."
Yeah, I don't take it you get many visitors with that kind of an entrance.
No, and that's okay with that, but those who are able to reach us is because they are special.
I see. Uh, I am welcomed, and I am pleased to make your acquaintance.
Yeah. What are you here for?
To find a friend of ours. Okay, I forgot his name.
Illis.
Okay, yeah, him.
Talismandis. Yes.
Yeah, Talismandus.
Follow us.
Thorgrim will follow.
I will too.
Okay. So you're going towards the street. You get across someone who is holding a big book, and you can feel that probably that guy is some kind of a mage. He's nodding at you. You're going besides buildings. You can see people talking together. You see an artisan making some kind of a sculpture of a bird, which is not a windy holler. And you get near a big dome, some kind of a big dome, big structure, with where you can see that there are trees inside. You know that the structure is not complete. You know, you can see. I don't know how to say it, but it's just a structure like that. You know,
Like
okay.
Kind of like a skeleton or scaffolding, or
Yeah, and there are trees in it. You can see birds flying all over it. Yeah, there's a big guy watching the entrance, a human, dark-skinned human, and bald, and looking at you severely. And the woman says, "These are friends of Tellus Mundus." The guards look at you and just
And
nods.
now Thorgrim is playing with the fleece, the feather fleece that he has. It's easily visible. Just
Okay.
that does anything.
He just puts himself beside and lets you enter. What do you hear? You can hear birds chant, and you can hear someone singing, a woman's voice, a very pleasant song. Something very calm, and it calls for peace, it calls for serenity. It talks about a life being plainless in simplicity, and having a higher mind.
This is quite different from the camps of Tordagog, is it not, friends?
Yes,
Singing
it
of
is.
peace.
Yeah, that's most certainly true.
You see the dwarven leader was following us, and it says, and it's very different from the noise we hear in the mountain of Jurnik. Inside that place, it's some kind of there are some paths, random paths between many vegetations, and some pounds with some small animals going all around, and suddenly you can see the woman chanting, and she's dressed like the two others you have met. She's chanting, and sitting in front of her, casually listening, there's Tellus. He's listening to the woman.
I'm very happy to see Telemundus, but could I ask, does this woman who's singing happen to have gray skin?
Nope.
Okay.
She's human.
Thanks.
And you see Tellus has the key attached around his neck. So you see the leader of the dwarves. That's it. He's got it. I have to get this back to my mountain. And he's getting angry.
And I would put a hand on his shoulder, and I would say, I think it would serve us all best not to use violence here.
Maybe not violence. I will just ask him to give that to me. Yeah, he may listen to that human singing all he wants, but I want the key.
And I'll approach with him.
No, he's getting in front of you. The leader just go past you. What? Do you do something with that, any one of you?
No, I'm just casually watching.
I will walk, but I'm not going to race him or run. I'll just continue to follow.
I smile amusedly.
So the leader comes in front of Tellus Mundus, axe in hand. Give us that, or I'll cut your neck to get myself. Tellus looks at the guy. He smiles, and he just looks past him at you. Hey, come on in, my friend.
And I'll wave, and I'm holding the fleece as well as I approach, and waving with it and waving to him. And I'll ask him about the key. And I'll ask, why did you leave the Tordagog camp?
While you say that, the dwarven leader that didn't give you his name yet, turns around with his axe and say, "You are all crazy!" And he's kind of ready to fight, but yeah, he feels that he's alone against 4 guys and a girl.
If I'm close enough, I think I'll put the fleece on his axe.
He feels that it's an insult. It's an insult. We can settle this out of this place right now.
Come on, calm down. There's nothing to be all threatened about here.
Yeah, there's no threat. Since there's no threat, just give me the damn key. You don't need it. And Nitillus says, no, I can't. I brought it here for a better good.
Well, Telly, you want to explain your story?
Oh, and by the way, yeah, well, I will explain that, but let me present to you, and it's taking the hand of the woman chanting, who is looking at you. Well, she's smiling, and this is my wife, Annie Rana.
Thorgrim will bow.
She's a priestess of the Plainless.
I nod to her respectfully.
So you sly dog, Telly. I knew there was a woman involved.
Yeah. Well, be happy with that, Elena, because you would have been on my list at some point. But no, I found Elena. You see the dwarven leader is kind of angry. Give me the damn key.
I could pick you up and throw you off of this mountain, dwarf.
You dare? And he's looking back to see if some of his friends have followed, and no one is to be seen right now. He's holding his axe. And the woman, Annie Renera, looks at him and says, and there's no way to really get down unless we want to.
Oh, there's a way to get down.
I
Well,
think,
yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, Thorgrim will take his sword out and he'll just stick it in the ground. And he says, I think we can solve this without blows to the chief.
Yeah, come on. What are we, a bunch of savage orcs?
Okay. Well, maybe that feels like diplomacy could be used right now.
Cool.
If you
And
want
would
to
that still be -2? Or?
well, with your fatigue -2, but there's a way to combine your stats. I think you can take the better of you three that has the best diplomacy.
Okay, I get +4, but I think somebody else has better.
I have +5.
How do you
Oh, my diplomacy is +5.
Okay, maybe since Elena talked much, so yeah, Eloine and Thorgrim roll your diplomacy.
So I have a -2 right now?
Yeah, but you may have a bonus. How did you get to Justin?
I rolled
Yeah,
a
so I got. Oh, sorry, go.
I rolled a 17 total.
So yeah, I got 16 +4, so 20, but then -2, 18.
I got 9 total.
Okay, 9 total.
Yeah.
No, there's no way to calm him down if I look at this. Yeah, but he knows that. So he just jumps on the throat of Tellus Mundus by screaming, axe in hand.
I will. I'd throw myself on him, but I'm not going for my sword. I'm just trying to grab his arms and restrain him.
Okay, well, make an initiative check.
Sounds good. 7, and I got no dexterity, so.
Well,
just
you're still faster than him, so you want to kind of grapple him.
Yeah, like lock his arms up maybe, or.
Okay, make a strength check.
Excellent. 6, 8.
No, you're not enough. Unless someone else would have wanted to intervene.
Oh, could I use another conviction? I already used one. I
Yeah.
don't know if I.
Yeah, you don't don't have. Well, Tellus is a little faster than him, so he'll try to. Well, he'll try to make full defense on that since he's unarmed and there's an axe coming at him. So that's the Dwarven Chiefs. Oh, rolled a 20, which is confirmed. Oh man, tell us how you will survive that. Well, okay, he's kind of little scratch his clothing, his bruise, and is looking back. Stop that, you dwarf! What are you doing, guys?
I'm gonna use my spear and try and just smack him real hard to do non-lethal damage.
Good. Do an initiative check, just to see how you will place yourself in that.
I got 6 initiative.
Well, okay. Well, we got back to Justin before you, Chris. So Justin.
I get another action.
Yeah.
So this time I'll move up to try and get like a headlock. So same thing, I guess. So would that
Like grapple. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the priestess doing?
She puts her hand on her mouth and she goes back two pace, and she screams, "Guard, come!" What did you get, Justin?
I got a natural 1.
Okay, which is a miss. Okay. Chris, it's your turn. So you were trying to do something with your spear?
Yeah, I'm doing non-lethal damage with my spear. I'm just smacking with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay, go ahead, roll.
And a 4. And that is literally a 4.
Well,
so I smack the ground.
Spike the ground, and yeah, that doesn't do any good. And Tellus will take some mud on the ground, try to throw at him. Doesn't do any good more than spoiling his shirt, and the dwarf will hit him again. Ah! Oh, this time Tellus is badly hurt. Ooh. Well, he's kind of got it on the arm. He falls a little beside in some kind of a bush. Ah! Elena, does she want to do something?
Well, as soon as I see him badly hurt my friend, I go ahead and pull out my 2 short swords, and I'm just gonna try to skewer him through the kidneys.
All right.
One
Roll
for each
initiative
kidney.
to see where you will place yourself in the order.
I rolled a total. My initiative is 5.
Okay, just before you do that, we have Justin doing something else.
Can I use I have the cure power, so could I use that in combat on Tellus? I just get around him and.
Well, since it may take more than a round he doesn't seem to be in danger. He's just very hurt.
Okay, then I guess because now that my party's using martial damage or trying to, I will try to take my sword out of the dirt and I'll take a swing with it at him.
Perfect.
And,
All right.
Here we go.
Do that.
12, 15, 14, so 13, I believe.
Which is not enough.
Okay.
He's good at fighting. Now we're at Elena.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack with both of my swords and with my feet. My 2-weapon fighting feet. I end up having a -2 on my second attack.
Okay, go ahead.
So, okay, it doesn't look like either of them hit. The first one is 13, the second one is 7.
Okay. Probably you just hit the air. We're at Chris.
Alright, I'm just gonna try and get him with my spear. All stops are pulled now. And 5.
Okay. Well, he's surrounded by all the people, but he's grabbing the key. which he pulls out of the neck of he's pulled the key out of whatever was holding it around the neck of Tellus Mundus. He holds it, and he wants to get out running. He's trying to get past you. So we're back with Justin, with Thorgrim.
All right, so I guess Thorgrim has a good chance now to take the crossbow off his back and take a shot with that. And so he will. Oh, and it whizzes way over the chief's head, probably.
Well, yeah. What Elena is doing?
I'm gonna try to hamstring him as he's running.
All right, try. Well, you're following him. You have to follow him a little to do that, but
yeah,
do that.
Ooh, those were better rolls. So I rolled a 21 for the first one and a 14 for the second one.
The second one will miss, but the first one has hit. So I make a toughness test, which is not that good. He has some kind of a wound. And Elwyn, what he's doing?
The key is not my concern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Tellus Mundus and cast Cure on him.
Okay. Perfect.
So
that's what you do. All right.
5, 6, 7. So 17. That should work.
All right. So the way it presents itself, Justin, the Dwarven chief fades out in the bushes. You can't see him anymore. But Elena may pursue. You were already on that. Just before, Justin, what did you want to do since you don't see him anymore?
I would go. I guess I'd be again concerned with my probably bleeding friend Tellus, so I would maybe go aid, or I might use my own cure if my partner's fails.
And Elena.
Yeah, I'm not going to chase after him by myself. I know that he can't get off this place.
Okay. You are taking care of Tellus, and you see Irana coming beside him. Oh, my husband! And since your cure didn't work quite well, she seems more calm. And Tellus raise up and say, and the key. We have to get the key.
Tally, what's so special with this key? Why do you need it?
The oxygen couple themselves would come here to get it.
Why do they want it?
Some kind of a cure for their strange illness. They've made a deal with the Shenlun to leave them alone forever if we gave them that key.
That should be worth quite a reward.
Yeah, of course, because that's Annie Rana who's talking. Because, of course, we were sought after by many eyes that had evil in their minds. So, yeah, you can hear some fight scenes. You can hear them between the bushes. And he's going away, he's going away. You can hear that far away.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and pull my crossbow off my back and go ahead and string it up and put a bolt in it.
Okay. Are you pursuing?
Yeah, then I'm going to start going after him. I'm going to look at my other two companions and say, are we going after him?
And Thorgrim will reload his crossbow and follow. And nod, yes he is. Yes, we're with you. Or I'm with you.
This is what I know, and so I take my spear up.
Okay, Tellus said, just take a minute, I will follow too.
And I think we would be going towards these fighting sounds.
Yeah, well, you can see that the guard has been badly hurt. He's on the ground holding a wound. and he's pointing towards with a bloody finger towards a direction. He's got that way.
Got you red-handed, and we continue on, following where he's pointed.
Okay, so yeah, you can see. You can see that he's running. He took some kind of a street, a busy street, with lots of people, some kind of a market where people are exchanging goods, and he's running between them. You can see just the top of his head going between the people. Since he's a dwarf, he's a little shorter than anyone.
Well, I just take up the pursuit.
Good.
And Thorgrim follows.
Yeah, I think an acrobatic check could be used to see if someone can reach him.
Right.
Okay. Well, I have acrobatics at +7, but I have a -2 for my condition.
So I'd have 11 for me.
I can't reach him. I rolled a 4.
So that's a 13 total.
Okay. Well, since people are leaving some places, both of you who have got more than 10 can reach to a place. You know, by the end of the street, there's a more open place between buildings. And yeah, you can have some kind of a clear shot with him. He's trying to run a little crouch, but yeah, it could be possible to shoot him.
I mean, is there like a bunch of people there too, or they might be hit?
No, well, it's more scattered than the street you have just got through. So there's, from your point of view, it's not that dangerous to shoot right there.
Thorgrim clicks. He shoots.
Right. Let's go. It's kind of a medium range, I guess. There's a minus that I don't remember, but
Sorry,
roll and then we'll see.
I got a 3.
Okay.
Real bad.
This comes in the time of the game when everyone's getting shit rolls.
And what do you do, Tim?
I rolled a 15 total.
15 total. I think it won't be enough. He's too far. You know, your quarrel just drops on the ground like that, just behind his feet. Chris, you arrive next, and since you were not looking directly at the dwarven leader, you can see something else coming in the sky.
No, okay. Notice +7, and that makes it 14.
Yeah. These are kind of big flying lizards, but not dragons. And make an intelligence check on that, or.
What about knowledge supernatural?
Well, yeah, that could be it.
I got 13, so my knowledge supernatural would be 9. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 21, or 22.
You never saw them, but you've heard a lot of them. The Obsidian couple is coming right now. And, well, you see, I don't know what you do when you saw it, but both Thorgrim and Elena, you can still have a clear shot on Thorgrim if you want.
Yeah. I would definitely like to take that shot.
Try that. He's one.
No good.
Okay, I rolled a 19 total.
Okay, that would it. So I will make a toughness check for our friend. Oh, he's got a quarrel right in his leg, and he falls down, drops the key.
I go running at a full sprint trying to get to the key.
While you're approaching, you can see the big 2 flying birds. Well, more than that, there are a couple of more, you know, there are 5, 6, 7. You can count up to 10 of those just landing in front of you, surrounding the dwarf. You can recognize the Obsidian couple looking at you with eyes that looks like rocks.
Well, I try to get to the key.
You
And
reach. The dwarven leader try to you know to reach the key, you know, while he's down, but you are faster than him. You have the key in your hand.
Well, I snatch the key up with my hand and while in mid sprint, and I just try to come to a complete stop before I reach them. So I just like slide on my feet right in front of them, and right as I come to a halt, I extend my hand out with the key.
The oxygen couple, without saying nothing, you can feel their power. You know, those people are not the rulers of Kokra for nothing. Just want to read something about them. Sorry.
Thorgrim will he'll run up to the chief, and he'll just put a knee down on the chief's back just to sort of hopefully pin him.
Okay. Their skin are kind of being more gray than they used to. There's lots of speculations about what's happening to them. Some kind of a transformation that they find interesting, but they look at you, they look at the key without any, any expression, and says, "That's exactly what we were coming for."
Exactly.
You see the queen. Her name is Queen Warrior Fane. Getting out of his mount and walking towards you. You can see Warlord Venorian doing the same, in fact. And they are both in front of you, staring at you, staring at the key. So, we will take it, Greg. We will grandly take it.
Well, I don't pose any resistance to them taking it.
They just take it and said, "You will be blessed." That's Vanorian who says that. "You will be blessed by us. And Eshenlun will be. Eshenlun will have protection. We'll do our wars. You'll do your blameless thing." He's looking at every people who are staring at the scene. "What is your name, elf?"
I'm a human, but my name is Elena.
"Sorry for being mistaken."
I get it all the time.
"Elena, and your friends," looking at Eloine and
Yeah, these are my friends. I point to them.
And Thorgrim will announce himself, say, "I am Thorgrim."
okay. "And where is Tellus Mundus?" And you can see him coming throughout the crowd who has gathered. And you see Tellus coming. "Yeah, that's me. I'm Tellus." "So you will forever be blessed by us. Let you be in peace while we'll still be at war." And they're just turning their back and they're going away.
And I'll let the chief up now, if I was restraining him by kneeling on him.
And he's going up. "And me, I was the one who brought you the key. Journey Clan, the Ragings, we want to be recognized." And the oxygen couple just don't notice at all. They just go back on their mounts and leave the place with all their guards coming with them.
I just turn and say, "See, that's what you get for being violent."
So, you have Anirana, who comes beside Tellus and says, you are all welcome to spend the rest of your life here if you want. Besides, too much violence. They just don't understand."
Well, seeing how we're hated by a lot of people now, it might not be a bad idea to hang out for a little while.
I shake my head and say, all cities held up to the heavens will eventually fall. That works the same for the literal and the metaphor.
And Thorgrim will say, you can only experience those lows after experiencing the highs. And I will stay here for now.
You're more than welcome. Yeah. So, well, that will end the adventure for tonight.
Awesome. I had a great time.
Yeah. Well,
I did.
Go ahead.
I said I did too.
Well, I didn't put too much combat since I did want to make a kind of a guided tour of Kokra, some of the features. Shenlun was a very special one, so I did want to use it. Okay, just before leaving, we'll chat after, but I will draw the next one-shot, what it will be about. It will be played in French, it will be played in English. So I'm searching for the next nation. I'm very looking forward to it. So it will be Logar, the insular state. The insular city-state is Mr. Johannes Einloft, who have written that. Do you know the guy? I know the guy by name because he's worked on it. Never chat with him. But, no.
No, I have.
But I will get to know him. I will write to him about it.
Excellent.
And the game system that will be used, which will be a great surprise again.
Drum roll back.
Which will be Argor fantasy role-playing game.
Cool.
So I'm looking forward to discover it.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Well, Argor, to make it short, why I know it's because the first Brigade Con, I made some drawings. There was many contests during the day, and I took care of 2 of them. I've made a drawing for a Firefly role-playing game in PDF, and before that I had a Argor fantasy role-playing game, which I've made a drawing, but I was curious about it, and I got myself a copy, but I still have to read it, so that will be the chance to do that. So, okay, so I will stop the broadcast.